Hi, I'm John Meggiolaro, host of Sports Talk, welcoming you to a kind of pre-high school football kickoff session. And if you're with us on that, then I think you'll enjoy the next couple minutes. Joining me once again, Phil Hill and Jim Allinder, who will be with me in the broadcast booth this year as we bring you the East Brunswick High School football games. And guys, let's kick around a little bit. East Brunswick, I mean, they had a great year last year, a winning year, obviously, and made it to the state playoffs. And now we look at the '86 schedule, and we see Cherokee to start off, and then Brick.
Yeah.
Jim?
Well, I think in many respects, John, we talked last year about what an uncertain team East Brunswick was. I think even more so this year. Marcus Borden is entering his 4th year as head coach, and he enters a situation where he has not one, but 2 good candidates for quarterback. He has said that his first choice is Brian Forte, and I think it's a good one. He certainly has all the physical tools. He's 6'3", 190 pounds, or 200 pounds maybe, has already shown that he has a good arm. He was the backup last year, but he's a sophomore, and there is perhaps a question in some people's minds that whether a sophomore can step into a program as good as East Brunswick's, because let's face it, you know, they're after a championship this year. Okay, so there's the sophomore question, and it's going to be answered very quickly, I think. And then you have Mark Badallo, who is a senior who just became eligible last year, and he also has excellent tools. Not as big, perhaps not as mobile. Well, maybe he is more mobile, Phil.
From what I've seen, Mark is a better runner than Forte. Seems to be a very strong kid. Just doesn't have the pitcher passing technique that Forte does.
I see.
And I think in Marcus Borden's offense, I think we've been spoiled with Hughes and whatnot. You look for that real good passing, and Forte does it well.
Yeah. Well, look at it this way. At least East Brunswick has a situation where they can choose between 2 people that probably can do the good job, rather than not having anybody at all. So that's a positive in that sense. Another uncertainty in my mind is the offensive and defensive lines. Really, when you look at it, Scott Brenowitz and Ted Pazinko are the only proven quality on that line. And that's not to say that the people that are coming in can't do the job, because I think if they're given the opportunity, which they are going to, they'll show that they can match up pretty well. But games are won in the trenches. You know, it gets down to who has the ability to tackle and who has the ability to block. And East Brunswick has always had quality athletes on the offensive and defensive lines in the past. Again, I think they probably do this year. It's just that we don't know who they're going to be. But I can tell you this much: when Borden has a team, they are well conditioned.
Oh yeah.
They are proficient in technique, and they can tend to wear you down. Now, my understanding is in the opening game, Cherokee has a lot of size.
Well, I'll tell you this, they're not going to wear Cherokee down. Give you a little history of Cherokee. Most people aren't that familiar with Cherokee, and of course Cherokee is a high school and not a town. It services Lenape Township and in the town of Marlton. But this is a school, in the last 6 years, the record is a phenomenal 59, 4-1. They've only lost one regular season game during that period of time. They've had 3 state championships in 1980, 1982, and last year 1985 when they went 11-0. So this is a football playing town. I had the privilege of speaking with Coach Horner there, and he's just laid back and he knows what he has. I said before that East Brunswick will not wear down Cherokee simply because of size. Cherokee has an offensive line that easily could rival that of Rutgers University.
Gosh.
So East Brunswick will be certainly outweighed maybe as much as 30 pounds or more on the line. And while quickness is a strength for East Brunswick, over the long haul, 30 or 40 pounds can take its toll on you. And these kids play football.
Wow. And, you know, the other thing is, too, is You get by Cherokee, and that's going to be a tough in and of itself. And the next week you go down to Brick, which is always tough. And you know that with Warren Wolf, I guess is the coach.
Yes, he is
going to put out a very competitive team, and a team that's aiming to kind of upset East Brunswick's apple cart.
Their record last year, uncharacteristically, was 2-5-2.
For Brick?
For Brick Township.
Wow. That's unusual.
As a matter of fact, I remember the situation. It was the opening game for East Brunswick, and Brick at that time was ranked #1 in the state. Somebody was off somewhere, or else something happened along the way just to deflate that team. I hate to use a pun here, but I think they're out for bear this year. But it's going to be really exciting, to get down there and watch East Brunswick go. I know it's going to be very, very important for East Brunswick to win at least one of the first 2 games, even though they are not in the Red Division Greater Middlesex Conference. It's wonderful to win the conference, the Red Division, and that's certainly going to be one of the goals for East Brunswick this year. But state playoff qualification, that's what it's all about. And East Brunswick is going to have to win at least one of those 2 games, if not 2. The competition is tremendous this year. Just within the GMC, J.P. Stevens, they're always there. You guys remember them, right? Edison, I understand, has a pretty good team this year. As a matter of fact, this New York Star Ledger ranks them ahead of East Brunswick. So the Bears, they definitely have their work cut out for them, not only to win the GMC, but just to qualify for the states. It seems to me that they're going to have to win at least one of those first 2 games.
I'd caution the public to perhaps maybe not put so much stock, and particularly the first game, if East Brunswick should happen to lose it. If they should happen to win it, then I would put a lot of stock in what type of season East Brunswick's going to have.
That's a good point.
If they should happen to lose it, I just don't think you can gauge anything on that, because this Cherokee team, I think they're rated #3 in the state right now, and I tell you, the size on these guys, if they can play ball a little bit with the size that they have, they're going to be very tough, and they have tradition on their side as well.
Hey guys, there's another thing that's going to impact the team, the coaching staff, the fans, and certainly us, and that is night football. For the first time in East Brunswick's history, they will have their own light set up at J. Doyle Field. And so we're going to be there bringing the games, but any effect you think it's going to have on the players?
Wow. Let me tell you, night football is exciting football. I'm not quite sure who's responsible for bringing the lights in, probably Charles King, the fine athletic director they have. But it's just a smart thing to do. People, you'll have minimal amount of problems, a few kids perhaps acting out here and there, but overall it's a smart thing to do. One of the things we have noticed is that with East Brunswick, they've had great teams the last couple of years, and yet they haven't had quite the crowd that should be at a football game. And some of the reasons have been because people are working on Saturdays, some are hooked up with Rutgers football, and a host of different reasons. Night football allows people who ordinarily couldn't get to the game get to see these kids, so it's going to generate a whole kind of excitement. I'll tell you this, and also as a player, it's exciting.
Is it?
It's really exciting to play night football, and I think the kids are going to get pumped up. You get your peers to come to see you from Madison Township or Cerevel. You know they're in the stands because most of them don't play night football, and it gives you that little extra. It's an exciting time.
Phil, as a player, what's going through their minds right now as it's first couple of days before the season?
They want to play ball. They want to play ball. They've been through practice. East Brunswick, Coach Borden's had all of his players lifting weights. They've done everything asked of them, and now they're ready to play ball. So that's the worst part, is waiting.
I recall an incident about 7-8 years ago. It was at an opening season game with Madison Central, and the captains had just come off the field from the twine flip, and they come running back, and everybody gets in, and they start jamming up. And this one kid injures his ankle, and he's out for the game. The adrenaline is flowing, the excitement is there, and it's just a wonderful experience. I would really, I think everybody should have a shot at going to an East Brunswick game this year, especially with the convenience factor of night games. Friday night.
And the nice thing to know is that if you can't make it for whatever reason, Channel 8 will be there. We'll be doing the games, and they'll be rebroadcast during the week. So, in fact, I think twice during the week, so that anyone will have an opportunity, including the players, to see themselves. And we're pleased to be part of that, and we need to thank Charlie King for all his help in allowing us to be part of that. Well, guys, it's, you know, the preseason for us now, but in a few short days, it will be the regular season for us as well. Rough guess, what do you think East Brunswick record? Jimmy? Quickly.
Oh,
I'm
boy,
putting you on the
this
spot
wasn't
here.
on the script. Okay. I had stated before that they're in the rough GMC. There's no breather in any situation. I'd venture about I'd say a 7-2 record, regular season. I don't want to commit myself to saying they're going to qualify for the state playoffs. If you ask me this question 3 weeks from now, I'll venture a more bold guess.
You're a brave guy in 3 weeks, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, Phil?
I'd say about 6-3.
Okay.
I'd say about 6-3. The best is yet to come with East Brunswick. I think, you know,
Good point.
it's almost giddyish. You know, this year is going to be a good year. The system is built, and they're going to play good football. But everybody knows the best is yet to come. You got a lot of young players in East Brunswick, and you can't help but look down the road of what's going to be. You got a sophomore quarterback. You got a couple baby bulls or baby cubs waiting to bust loose in Harmon and DeVito, and you know there's a good future.
John, we got to mention the kicking game too. I think that is going to be a big strength for East Brunswick this year. My understanding is that Borden is going to utilize 2 punters this year. Forte, the quarterback we mentioned, will be, because of his accuracy, he was the kicker last year, will be punting from inside the 50 because he can coffin corner the thing. And then Josh Miller will be doing the punting outside of the 50 because he has an excellent foot, and he's already a proven field goal kicker. I mean, of course, we were at a scrimmage where we saw him boot a 47-yarder, and he's been attempting 55-yarders. That means an extra few points for East Brunswick this year.
It's a tremendous edge.
Yeah.
Josh Miller, before his days are done, will be having every large school in the country coming here to take a look at him. He has a tremendous foot, very powerful leg.
Is there anybody else on the East Brunswick team that is a Division I prospect?
Of course, you have Kenny Pruss. I think Kenny Pruss, with proper concentration, and if he gives himself totally to the game, he can be. He's a tremendous athlete and has good field presence, and this is what the coaches look for.
Right.
And if he's willing to build himself up and dedicate himself, he can play Division I ball.
Great.
Geez, I know that by doing play-by-play, I'll get a chance to say something at some point. But anyway, I do want to say this, that first of all, I want the people out there to know that both Jimmy and Phil donate their time to do these games with me, and that I think we've grown together and become such a good team that I truly look forward to the start of the football season as well as the whole high school athletic season. But I want to publicly thank both of you guys for making my job a little bit easier and for doing the work and the background information and digging and research that you guys really do, which really enhance the game. That's what it's all about. Anyway, we have a 7-2 mark, a 6-3 mark.
A modest 6-3, which is good.
I
Which is
agree.
good.
I feel strongly both ways.
Thank you.
So I think East Brunswick is going to have another outstanding season, and more importantly, I'm glad, and I know you guys are, that we're going to be part of it, and we'll be bringing it to the East Brunswick community. Not only that, I'd like to let everyone know that hopefully this coming year we're going to expand our coverage of live high school athletic events in terms of other sports in the winter and fall, and hopefully in the spring. We right now do not have any specifics in mind. We're working that out with the high school athletic department, but that we ask that you stay tuned to Channel 8 and particularly watch Sports Talk for more details on this. Anyway, boys, Cherokee's up. I'll see you guys Saturday in the booth.
Good.
For Jimmy Allinder and Phil Hill, I'm John Meggiolaro. Have a good day.
What's up, man?
afternoon and welcome to East Brunswick High School football. My name is John Meggiolaro and I'll be bringing you the play-by-play. And joining me once again to my left is Phil Hill and to my far left, Jimmy Allinder. Phil and Jimmy, great opening game we have today with Cherokee High School coming down to challenge East Brunswick. Let's talk a little bit about Cherokee since they're the unknown quantity at the moment. And Phil, I know you had a chance to talk with their coaching staff.
Talked to Jim Horner, real laid-back, relaxed, seemingly confident coach, and he has reason to be. In the last 6 years, their record has been a phenomenal 59-4-1.
Wow.
They've lost one regular season game during that period of time. They've won 3 state championships, one in 1980, one in 1982, and another in 1985, last year going 11-0. So this is a confident man, and when you look at some of the size that they have good reason to be confident this year. They're going to outweigh East Brunswick easily on the offensive line to East Brunswick defensive line, and that's going to be a big story there. They're going to have a lot of time. They're probably going to play power football with some timely passing, and East Brunswick's going to have to rely on their quickness in order to shut them down.
Okay, Jim, East Brunswick, you've been following them through the summer, through training, and now the first game. Your assessment?
Right, okay, I think there's a lot for East Brunswick to prove this year. The last 2 years, they've had an opportunity to win the Central Jersey Group 4 title. They've come up empty. They really like to do it this year. But as Marcus Borden, the coach, in his 4th season has said, we have got to take one game at a time. And this is a good time to start. Cherokee, as Phil said, is a formidable foul. But East Brunswick, they always come up with a quality club. And I think if they're going to do it this year, it is going to be because of the defense. The offense, as Marcus has said, has a lot of question marks. We can start with an inexperienced quarterback, Brian Forte, who I think is going to do a good job. But up front on the offensive line, just Ted Pazinko and Scott Renowitz return. There's some quality people that are going to be going in there, but they have to prove themselves. And I think the game today for East Brunswick is going to be won or lost on the offensive line. The ability of that line to make holes and, obtain the scoring. Defensively, I think East Brunswick is probably a better club. They do have some people that return. However, they are going up against some pretty big people. Marcus Borden tells me he's going to be utilizing a 46 defense. He attended a clinic with Buddy Ryan this past summer at Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Learned a couple things, thinks it can be adapted to the high school game. Okay, I don't know what that means. Basically, a 46 defense utilizes a blitzing concept.
Right.
Now, if Cherokee chooses to run the ball, I'm not sure that blitz is going to be all that effective.
Okay.
If they pass, then it's a different story. So it's going to be, there's a lot of question marks, and it's going to be an interesting game. Wonderful opener.
Phil, what can we expect from Cherokee offensively and defensively?
Offensively, you can expect them to play ball control. They got a 215-pound fullback named Geringer, and behind that big line, I got to believe they're going to try to take it at the smaller East Brunswick squad. By the same token, they should make for good pass protection. So this kid that's the quarterback for Cherokee right now is no stranger. He played 3 games last year, took them into the state finals, and did a pretty good job. So timely passing and ball control.
So we're going to see on one side of the field some out-and-out strength, that being Cherokee, and we can look for East Brunswick maybe to try to finesse, try to juke their way around and play their kind of offense, which is a mixed bag.
Well, just a little secret that we're going to be laying on. Marcus tells me on the offensive side of things that we may see a little shotgun, which is a new twist, and also a single running back in the backfield, which is like a power situation.
Sure.
So that ought to be something to watch.
Okay, East Brunswick and Cherokee, the first game of the 1986 season, and let's get ready for the action as the teams take the field.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose much night and bright stars through the perilous fight, for the ramparts we once were so gallantly streaming, and the
afternoon and welcome to Channel 8's opening season game between East Brunswick High School and Cherokee High School. I'm John Meggiolaro. I'll be bringing you the play-by-play, and joining me once again, and it's a pleasure to say that, is Phil Hill and Jim Allinder. East Brunswick coming in with a lot of question marks, as Jim mentioned in the pregame, and they're facing a tough Cherokee squad. And before we get going, let's take a look at the starting offensive and defensive teams for East Brunswick. All right, Phil and Jimmy, any opening remarks before the kickoff?
Well, of course, this is the most exciting time of the year, and we're starting another season. I just think, I think one thing should be kept in mind. I think it's going to be a good game. Cherokee comes in here highly touted, and regardless of what happens today, I don't think you can use it as a barometer for what type of team East Brunswick is going to have. If they do exceedingly well, I think hopes will be higher. But if they don't do that well, I just don't think you can measure that against probably what will happen the rest of the year.
Phil and John, I think there's a couple of similarities with last year's game. If you remember, East Brunswick opened up against Brick. And at that time, Brick was touted as one of the top teams in the state. Of course, East Brunswick came back to win 21-0, I think the score was. And if nothing else, even if Brick wasn't the top quality team that everybody thought that they would be, it instilled a confidence within East Brunswick that I think carried them a long way during the course of the year. Talking to Marcus Borden just before the start of the game today, he feels very confident that he can win this game. Obviously, he wouldn't say anything else but that, but it will answer some questions for him today. He wants to see what his offensive and defensive lines can do. He wants to see what his quarterback can do. And so this is I think I can feel the tension in the air. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Jim. Cherokee won the coin toss and will receive the ball. They'll be moving from right to left on your screen. East Brunswick will be in the dark jerseys as the home team. And so East Brunswick will go on defense first. And Jim, in the pregame, you mentioned something about possibly seeing a 46 defense.
Yeah, we're going to watch that closely, John. 46, as I had mentioned, is basically a pro 4-3 alignment. But what that does involve is moving personnel to different places on the field. Brings the linebackers into play. It's blitz, and it's blitz. And if Cherokee chooses to do a running game, to go to a running game, I'm not sure that the 46 is going to work all that well. What do you think, Phil?
Well, I think, again, the size, I think we just can't overlook the size. I think it's going to get down to strength and abilities. And I think Cherokee's, regardless of what kind of defense East Brunswick may be in, they're still going to have to contend with the physical strength of Cherokee.
Exactly.
And that's going to make the difference. I think Cherokee's going to play that ball control, power type offense.
I'll tell you this much, if East Brunswick is successful in shutting down the Cherokee running game, they're going to have to throw, and of course East Brunswick has a quality defensive backfield.
Good point.
So this is going to be interesting.
All right, Josh Miller ready to tee it up and kick it off to start the 1986 season for East Brunswick High School. And here we go. This is Brankford. Frankfurt gets up to about the 12-yard line, and that's where Cherokee will start. The ball is marked at the 17-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Cherokee High School. First offensive set of the game. Cherokee has Evans at quarterback, Geringer and Brankford in the backfield. They're in an I formation. Evans, that's Brankford off the right side. He's close to the 20-yard line. Bring up a second down and about 5 to go.
Phil, I noticed that East Brunswick really started with one deep back press and then had everybody up on the line. Anything about that?
They know the strength of Cherokee is in the running game, and so they're going to be prepared to try to shut down the running game. Cherokee won't do that much passing.
Second down for Cherokee. Evans over center. Rolling to his left, looking to put the ball up. He's got a man. The ball is fumbled. East Brunswick's got it. Mark Harmon comes up with the fumble recovery. And a big turnover early.
Hey, Phil, that's not a bad way for a sophomore to start, is
It's
it?
a great way for a sophomore to start. That Mark Harmon, though, is just not any sophomore. Anybody who's been watching since his Pop Warner days know he has great field presence, great football instinct, so it's not surprising to see him round the ball.
All right, East Brunswick takes over deep in Cherokee territory. The ball is spotted at the Cherokee 19. Forte is the quarterback. In the backfield with him, the lone setback is Brunig. That's Pruss in motion. Forte and a quarterback keeper. He's close to the 15-yard line. Unusual call. First play.
Well, we knew we were going to see the one deep back. That was Brunig that time. I think East Brunswick might want to try to do a little passing just to open up the lines a little bit.
That's not so surprising. Cherokee is playing a 4-4 wide tackle defense, so they're susceptible to something like the quarterback sneak.
Okay, let's call it 2nd and 7 for East Brunswick. The ball on the 16-yard line of Cherokee. Forte has Miller now in the backfield as the lone setback. That's Pruss in motion again. Forte rolling right, looking to pass. He's going to be hit from behind and sacked. Back around the 25-yard line.
Meggiolaro is a young man who played last year for Cherokee. That's one of the better athletes that they have on the team. He played linebacker last year, so you're going to see quite a bit of him putting pressure on East Brunswick's offense.
Okay, that's 3rd and about 14 now for East Brunswick. The ball is spotted at about the 23-yard line. East Brunswick has a shotgun formation. First time we're seeing this. Forte takes the snap, looking to throw. He's being pressured, gets away, lays it up, and it's intercepted by Cherokee. Number 45 for Cherokee. Dieter. And that's Jim Dieter, their safety.
Well, I'm sure that Brian was expecting one of his pass receivers to break downfield, and they just crossed their signals there. But unfortunate, because even if they had not completed the pass, Josh Miller would have had a shot at a 40-yard field goal. So they missed that opportunity right there.
You're right.
2 early turnovers. Do you think it's maybe first game jitters we're seeing?
Well, I think it's obvious. That's to be expected.
We got an injury on the field, number 22 for Cherokee.
He's a quality ball player for them. As a matter of fact, I think he's one of the game captains today.
Joe Quinn. Right.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, on that last pass there, after doing some scrambling, Forte found time, and when he finally threw the ball, there really wasn't an East Brunswick guy in the area. The kid that intercepted the ball, Dieter, who's a junior, Cherokee has a history of putting one of the best athletes they have on the team at safety. 5 out of the last 6 years, they've had the all-conference safety. So they'll put a good athlete there, and the kid came up with a big play right there.
Okay, Joe Quinn, who's injured, is now up on his feet and is being helped off the field. If you're just joining us, this is the first home game for East Brunswick and the first game of the season. East Brunswick against Cherokee. We have about 9 minutes left here in the first quarter, no score, but 2 turnovers, one by East Brunswick and one by Cherokee.
You can look for Cherokee to start using that 215-pound fullback they have, Garinger, probably just trying to hit right up the middle to get some breathing space.
Big series right here. If East Brunswick can keep them penned in and cause them to punt, they could get good field position once again.
Okay, Cherokee's on their own 2-yard line, 1st and 10. Evans is the quarterback. That's Garinger right there. He finds a hole, brings it up close to the 10-yard line.
It's just a simple matter of that offensive line making the holes and letting the big back just do the job.
That'll bring up 2nd down, and we'll call it about 4 yards. Evans calling the signals. Lone setback is Brankenford. That's he who has the ball up the middle. He may have picked up 2 yards.
He might have the first down, too.
I think he's going to be short, Jim. We'll see where they spot it. And we're going to have a timeout for a measurement.
The tackle for East Brunswick, number 36, Meggiolaro, number 32. John McCoy, the ball carrier, is number 25, Black Hood, the quarterback for the Cherokee Chiefs.
Well, as we take a timeout for the measurement, I want to say that there's a good crowd here. Big game, obviously.
Still coming in, John.
It's good to see. And Cherokee did get the first down. I think that was a good placement there. Anyway, they'll start 1st and 10 on their own 12-yard line.
You're going to see Coach Jim Horner probably stick to his basics, which means those straight dives and his power plays.
1st and 10, Cherokee. Second possession of the game for them. They're in an I formation. That's Evans. Handing off to Brankford.
That was a good sequence for East Brunswick, gentlemen. I saw the 4 linemen sort of just pinched together, and that kind of forced the play to the outside, and Kenny Pruss, with his speed and instincts, just came up and made the play.
All right, let's call it 2nd and 8 for Cherokee. We have about 7 minutes and 30 seconds to go here in the first quarter, and there's no score. Evans looking for the quick pass. It's blocked at the line of scrimmage. I don't know who had their hand up.
Number 22. That looks like Joey DeVito.
Yeah, it was DeVito. Same situation. You know, they're ganging up on the middle right there, and I think the Cherokee quarterback audibled right there, saw an opening across the middle, but an opportune hand just blocked it right down.
Okay, that'll bring up a 3rd and 8 for Cherokee.
You can look for number 87 for Cherokee to tie it in probably in this situation. When they throw the ball, they feel pretty secure in throwing to him coming across the middle.
Okay, 87 is Mattioni. Evans calling signals. He hands off to Geringer, big hole. Geringer's across the 20.
Close but short this time.
And they're going to call for another measurement. Let me say while we have this timeout for the measurement that the fine East Brunswick cheerleading squad is again at the game as usual. And this year's captain is Tammy Ross and co-captain is Meg Emery.
Surprising call by Coach Horner?
Yeah, I would say so, and I think it caught East Brunswick off guard. Boy, they just made it too. That's a big first down. They were able to force them to punt deep in their own territory. Now they're getting a little more breathing room, can mix it up a little bit more.
Okay, Geringer's second effort gave Cherokee at first down. The ball is spotted at about the 23-yard line. Still deep in their own territory, and we have no score. First quarter action here at East Brunswick High School. Evans, handoff, quick hitter to Geringer. And he carries about 3 or 4 guys with him close to the 30-yard line.
Geringer's going to be the workhorse for Cherokee. Last year, he averaged 4.8 yards per carry, so he knows what to do with the ball when he gets it. And his real forte is blocking. He's an excellent blocker.
I think until East Brunswick makes the necessary adjustments, Cherokee is just going to continue what it's doing.
All right, 2nd and 4 for Cherokee. The ball is at the 30-yard line, their own 30. Evans hands off to Brankford. Brankford's going to be a little short of the first down. They'll bring up a 3rd down.
We're getting all kinds of measurements here on this drive. Phil, do you think it's a little humid and warm out? Do you think fatigue is going to be a factor in this game?
I think later on in the game, I think the thing that's going to be the factor is the thing, what I said from the very beginning, is the size, the weight difference.
Right.
And it's taking its toll already. And the longer the game goes on, the more it's going to be a major
Well, Cherokee was awarded a first down. I'm having a little trouble on these calls. But anyway, it's 1st and 10 for Cherokee. The ball is on their own 33. Evans looking to throw, pumps, looking down the sideline. He's got a man. It's caught by number 3, Ralph Shivo.
Yeah, it was a good play action. Quarterback pumped once. Harmon went for the fake, and the receiver just outran him.
Shot it down to Shiva, who's supposed to be an excellent basketball player as well. He leaped up and made a nice catch.
Now Cherokee moves into East Brunswick territory on that pass play. 1st and 10. The ball will be on the 43-yard line of East Brunswick. We have no score, first quarter, 5 minutes and 47 seconds to go. Evans, handoff to Geringer. He stopped him up nicely that time. He may have made it back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
And that's precisely what East Brunswick will have to do. Just sort of jam everything up there in the middle and force Cherokee to start doing some different things.
Let's call it 2nd and 10. Geringer got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. Ball resting on the East Brunswick 43. The question comes to mind, Phil, does Cherokee have a kicker, a field goal kicker?
And speaking to Coach Horner, he didn't mention the kicking game too much, so I don't think they're going to rely on a kicker that much.
Okay, Evans faking, still has the ball, he's being pressured, he's hit, and he dumps the ball off. No flag.
I'm surprised at that. That was an obvious.
Joe DeVito laying all over Evans. Crowd a little restless. They thought the flag should be thrown. Quite honestly, I didn't see a Cherokee man in the area.
Smartly, the quarterback got the ball off, but it easily could have been intentional grounding.
Well, in all fairness, it's the first game for the referees as well. So,
I'll tell you what, Red Lozowitz is back there too, one of the most respected officials in the game.
Right, the dean, 38 years in officiating.
okay, 3rd down for Cherokee. Let's see if they go to the air. 3rd and 10. Got a split backfield, and they put Brankeford in the wing. Evans drops back, looking to throw. Looks like a center screen. Pizzico intercepts it. He's got no one there. Pizzico's going to go all the way. Oh, he's slowed down. Taken out of bounds at around the 11-yard line. What a play by Ted Pizzico.
That was a key block there that gave him some more room, John. I think it was DeVito that made that block. Well, Ted Pizzico isn't the fastest player on the team.
I'll tell you, he was moving, though. You got to give him a lot of credit. He's in the right place at the right time.
All right, give some credit to the Cherokee quarterback, Evans, for making that tackle.
Pizzico, he comes from a fine athletic family. His brother Glenn, you remember him a few years ago? Fine athlete now at North Carolina State, and I understand he's wrestling on the varsity level there.
Okay, East Brunswick takes over on the Cherokee 11-yard line. 1st and 10, and a timeout is called by Cherokee. A major defensive play as Cherokee was moving down the field. Ted Pizzico put his hand up and snuffed out a center screen. So the second turnover by Cherokee here in the game. We've got 4 minutes and 44 seconds to go here in the first quarter and no score.
I think I said Glenn Pizzico's at North Carolina State. I believe he's at North Carolina, where he's wrestling the varsity.
And an older brother, Mickey, too. Good ball player. John, we got the opportunity. East Brunswick soccer team is off to a fairly good start. They won their first 2 games against Woodbridge and Kennedy, I believe. But then they were beaten Friday at Westfield 5-0. But they came back this morning to beat a good Ridge team 3-1.
So undefeated Ridge team.
Exactly. Right. So I think they're back on track.
There's no doubt that the athletic program at East Brunswick is on the upswing. It has been for the last several years. And not only football, but soccer and gymnastics, cross country. I think it's going to be another outstanding fall for the high school Bears.
It's amazing. I guess you'd have to say statewide. They just have one of the finest overall programs in the state. They do well in everything.
Okay, East Brunswick's in the huddle. They have the ball on the Cherokee 11-yard line. 1st and 10. Forte is the quarterback. He's got Miller and Brunig in the backfield with him. Forte looking to throw. He's laying it up on the outside for Pruss. Just a little too far, and Kenny can't get under it.
I like that play. I think that's exactly the type of call to make in a situation like this. Prevents Cherokee from tightening up on that line, and just gives them something more to think about. Okay, they didn't connect on that play, but it's going to give the Chiefs just something more to think about.
Brunig comes out.
Really important that East Brunswick scores in this drive, gentlemen. They really want to put some points up on the board.
Okay, Harmon's in the backfield with Miller. Second and 10, East Brunswick on the Cherokee 11. And this is Harmon, right side. There's a flag thrown. Harmon gets back to about the line of scrimmage, and that's all. We'll see what the flag is. I think we're going to have a good little hold on East Brunswick.
Well, I think they said that Miller, on a cutback, hit below the waist, and that's illegal in high school ball. So you're going to see it go back 15 yards.
Okay, the officials are talking it over. We're waiting for a call. The ball is going to be moved back against East Brunswick. Back to the 25-yard line. It's blocking below the waist. And so East Brunswick has taken itself out of excellent field position.
That's right, no penalties timely, but that's certainly an untimely one.
Second and 25 for East Brunswick. The ball is on the Cherokee 26.
And for all intents and purposes, they have to get into the end zone on these next two downs.
Okay, Brunig is back in with Miller. Forte over center.
There's the blitz.
Forte drops back. It's going to be a screen of Brunig on the right side. And Brunig steps out of bounds. Maybe picked up a yard. We'll see where they mark it.
That yard marker's off about 5 yards. Okay.
All right, Brunig picked up about 2 yards, and that's all. It'll be 3rd and 19 for East Brunswick.
22 for the Bears, the first down. Bears listed on the 22.
Forte is showing the ability to maneuver well with the ball. Just getting caught back there a couple times.
Forte calling the signals. He's got the ball. He fakes it. He's being pressured, and he's going to be dropped for a loss. Quite honestly, Cherokee's winning the battle at the line of scrimmage.
Defensively, East Brunswick's had them with their backs to the wall, and they've responded to it each time.
Exactly.
4th down, we'll see what East Brunswick decides to do. It's 4th and about 22 now.
I see Miller out there, John. He's going to try it looks to be about a 46-yarder on the right hash mark. We've seen him make one on preseason already.
47
yards, right.
Where the ball's being spotted, this will be a about 46 yards, I think, Jay. Josh Miller on for an extra field goal. Ball is up, and it's good. Josh Miller. About a 46-yard field goal.
Let's give the benefit of the doubt on the board. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Let's make it 47 yards.
John, I think that's a record for East Brunswick.
I think you're right, Phil.
I think Josh Miller just set a record for field goals for East Brunswick.
I'm going to check that out.
So East Brunswick gets on the board for us. 3 minutes and 43 seconds here in the first quarter. It's the Bears 3 and Cherokee nothing.
That's correct, Phil. The former record is held by Paul Arose, a 39-yarder versus Kennedy in 1976. So that eclipses that by, 8 yards?
Quite a bit.
And my suspicion is that may not be the end for Josh Miller.
He has a very strong leg, and you're going to hear from him for a long time to come, believe me.
Okay, Josh Miller, who just kicked that field goal, will kick it off for East Brunswick.
Well, East Brunswick gets on the board now, but I'll tell you what, Cherokee has already shown that it does have the ability to stop East Brunswick, and they can move the ball. So I think East Brunswick still is going to have to make some adjustments and tighten up. There's a big drive coming up, and we've been saying that every drive is big, but it's the early season.
Okay, Miller gets his foot into it. That's going to be Brankford for Cherokee. He's got some running room. He brings it up around the 27-yard line. Cherokee will go on offense once again. All right, 1st and 10. Cherokee. The ball is on their own 27. We have about 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Evans is the quarterback. He's got Geringer and Brankfort in the backfield with him. It's Geringer. Big hole right side. Geringer twists his way up. Picking up about 4 yards.
I think you're going to see Coach Warner stay away from the passing game a little bit and stay with the running game. They lost an all-everything quarterback last year, Kyle Warner, who was the coach's son, who is now at the University of Tennessee. So I think they're just going to shy up the passing a little bit and try to run it.
2nd down and 4 for Cherokee. Ball on their own 28. This is Brankfort. And he may have gotten up to the 30, and that's about all.
Something I'm noticing, Phil, every time that Cherokee chooses to use a little delay or not go up the middle, I think East Brunswick's quickness has enough time to react. Thus, they didn't get too much on that right
And
there.
that's what they're going to have to use as a quickness.
Brankfort got back to the line of scrimmage. It's still 3rd and 4. Cherokee has been stopped on their last 2 possessions. And Evans to Geringer. Geringer is brought down close to the 40. It should be enough for a 1st down. First down, Cherokee.
The front line is Scott Brenowitz, Ted Bazinko, and Larry Novick for East Brunswick. They are the offensive players, and I do not see Marcus Borden doing any substitute for them. So those guys are going both ways.
It'll be 1st and 10, Cherokee on their own 39. We've got 1 minute and 40 to go here in the first quarter. East Brunswick leads 3-0. Looks like a broken play. Evans looked to pitch. There was no one there. He's kept the ball running right side. A flag is thrown.
Yeah, same situation as East Brunswick was caught for, blocking below the waist. Below the waist, excuse me.
And I'm sure they're going to bring that one back. Evans, quite a heads-up play on his part. He looked to pitch the ball. No one was there. Kept it, ran around his right side. But we have a clip, and that play is going to be called back.
So far, East Brunswick has been fortunate on each of these drives for either a defensive error, or an error on the part of the offense, or in this case, a clipping penalty.
That's correct.
Maybe that's what it takes to win, Phil. I don't know. Just capitalizing on mistakes the entire game.
That brings the ball back for Cherokee to their own 25.
Now we ought to mention that J.P. Stevens opened its season last night against Shawnee, winning on a last-minute touchdown. Wow, actually in the last 5 seconds, so they're already on the board.
All right. Cherokee, 1st and 25, the ball on their own 25. Evans, movement in the line. No one was set. And that should be a procedure penalty against Cherokee. We'll see.
It looked like they tried to go on a quick count and it just threw everybody off.
That'll be 5 more yards. Bring it back to the 20. It'll be now 1st and 30 for Cherokee, deep in their own territory.
And I still see Quinn, number 22, on the sidelines for Cherokee. He hasn't come back in the game. I have to think that limits their offense just a little bit.
Well, the passing game is sort of questionable, and they're in a position now where they almost have to.
1st and 30, Cherokee. They have the ball. They trail 3-0 with about 1 minute and 15 to go here in the first quarter. Evans looking down the side. He's got Mattione. Quick looking. One man to get him. That's Pruss. Pruss good. That's he trips him up. Pruss trips him up.
And a flag.
Oh, Brunig. Seeing the ball on the ground. Hit Mattione from the back, thinking that was a fumble, and we've got a flag on the play.
We got a number of things happen there. Did Mattione kick him after he got him?
I don't know, Phil. I didn't see it.
Well, I think Brunig thought that the ball was fumbled right there, went after the player to tackle him and then get after the ball. It's going to be half the distance, which is going to give them a first down on about the 1 or 1.5 yard line.
All right, let me just recreate that whole sequence there. Cherokee at 1st and 30. Evans on a quick look in, hit Mattioni, the tight end. Mattioni rambled down to about the 10-yard line where he was tripped up by Ken Pruss, who was chasing in pursuit. After he hit the ground, the ball dropped out, and Brunig, who was trailing the play, hit Mattioni as he tried to recover the ball, thinking it was a fumble. Flags were thrown, and it's going to be a penalty against East Brunswick, a personal foul. And so now Cherokee is within the 5-yard line of East Brunswick with the first down. And I've got to think you're going to see Geringer with that ball.
Hey, a touchdown-saving tackle by Kenny Prusses.
All right, the ball is located on the 3-yard line. 1st and 10 for Cherokee. They've got a full house backfield. This is Geringer. Geringer is short of the goal line. He's 2nd down and goal. Rather unusual play there.
Well, Geringer will get this. If he doesn't, I'll eat my hat.
35 seconds to go in the first period. East Brunswick's winning 3-0, but Cherokee is knocking on the door. The ball is on about the 1-foot line. 2nd down. Full house backfield again. That's Geringer, and Geringer's in for the score for Cherokee. Cherokee goes on top, 6-3 now, 17 seconds here in the first quarter.
Obviously, the key to that play, that whole drive, was that pop pass over the middle, and East Brunswick was just tightening up over there, and they got caught.
Well, I mentioned, Cherokee's been running so much, and you called it a pop pass, and they got it to one of the blue chippers, Mattioni.
Okay, this is O'Neill for the extra point. The kick is up. And it's good. And so Cherokee takes a 7-3 lead with 17 seconds to go here in the first period.
That kid that Mattioni caught the pass, Coach Jim Horner says he is a real blue chipper. Says that he has all kinds of schools looking at him. The kid, 6'3", 218 pounds. He has had 1 B in 4 years of school. He has a 3.9 grade average. So every school in the country is looking at this kid.
No, that play with Brunig obviously was not an intentional foul, but it's those types of plays that can cause a little fracas to start out, and I just wanted to let everybody know that the GMC this year, with probably spearheaded by Charlie King, the athletic director for East Brunswick, has incorporated a new sportsmanship rule, which I'd like to talk about in just a second, just reinforce it, because I think it has an opportunity to be one of the prototypes in the state this year.
Okay, Jim, as soon as we get a break in action, I'd like to pick up on that because I agree with you. I'm glad to see that kind of rule being instituted. But let's get back to the action. O'Neill will kick it off for Shawnee. I'm sorry, Cherokee. I hear Shawnee, but that is Stevens. But anyway, it is Cherokee. And back deep for East Brunswick is Pruss, Brunig, and Harmon.
John, you get 2 more chances.
17 seconds to go here in the first quarter. O'Neill kicks it off. It's a short kick. It's going to go out of bounds. That'll be a flag.
Jim, there's your answer. That's why Coach Horner hasn't mentioned his kicking game much.
Yeah, sure. Phil, was the intent on that to kick the ball up high and have it not go out of bounds and just have their people come up and just try to recover
I
this
think
ball?
he was just trying a regular kickoff, and I think we'll see by the second kickoff what his capabilities are.
Okay, Jim, we have a moment here. If you could quickly talk about the sportsmanship rule.
Yeah, okay, John. Well, it's divided basically into 3 sections. For team members, it says that since athletic contests are recognized as an extension of the school and classroom, it's recommended that all school rules be applicable for incidents when they occur. And if any athlete is ejected from a contest, he or she will be suspended from participating at any level for the school's next contest. For coaches, all incidents of unsportsmanship behavior shall be referred to the respective AD. and school administration for prompt and appropriate action. We'll pick up the last aspect of this after this kickoff.
Okay, Cherokee was penalized 5 yards, a procedure call, and so they'll kick off from the 35 now. We still have 17 seconds remaining before the end of the first quarter, and Cherokee leads 7-3. O'Neill gets a better kick. This is Brunig. He feels it out about the 21-yard line. He gets it across the 30. And that's where East Brunswick will go on offense.
That last aspect of the sportsman rule is for spectators, and the GMC is going to provide each school with a poster outlining appropriate behavior, and these rules are going to be posted at 8 athletic contests, and they're going to be enforced.
Okay, thanks, Jim.
Spotter for Cherokee, Joe Murray, tells me that the kicking game and the punting game for Cherokee is a little questionable this year, so that's the story there.
All right, and that's the end of the first quarter. East Brunswick is trailing 7-3 against the fine Cherokee team. Good game all around, though. Turnovers have been an exciting factor.
I think East Brunswick believes that they can play with this team.
Well, they've been in the game. They've shown it thus far. They just haven't quite taken advantage of the opportunities that they have had earlier.
Lucosa wants us to mention the girls soccer team, John and Phil. They're off to just a great start, 3-0. They already beat Madison Central once. A couple other teams. Big scorer for there is Lisa Gagno. She's already got 8 goals. Some other players, Stacy Swayka.
I was teasing Lou about sportsmanship. I said I saw where his girls didn't allow the other team to get a shot on goal. And I just said that's really demoralizing to young athletes. He sort of just laughed, but they do have an excellent team, and Lou Costa, being the excellent coach he is going to have to do the best at all times.
Okay, if you're just joining us, I'm John Meggiolaro, joined by Phil Hill and Jim Allinder. We're just starting the second period here at East Brunswick High School. The Bears trail 7-3, but they have the ball. That's Forte to Brunig on a quick pitch left. Brunig's finding some running room, struggling. And there's a flag thrown in, and we may see a face mask of some kind. Let's see what the actual call is. That was a 1st and 10 play.
I think this might be against East Brunswick. No, it's not. Okay. The way the official was pointing towards East Brunswick and Press sort of raised his hands, I thought it might have been something against East Brunswick, but no, it probably is a face mask.
A real good run by Bill Brunig, who's just a blue-collar worker. He does his job every day. He's been doing it ever since Pop Warner. And, you know, we've done a lot of talking about the baby bulls coming in, Harmon and DeVito, but the fact of the matter, Bill Brunig and Matt Miller are the starters for East Brunswick. So that tells you something. They're quality ball players, and Bill Brunig showed his stuff right there.
By the way, I see Quinn on crutches on the other sideline, so I don't think we're going to see him anymore this afternoon.
Okay, East Brunswick picks up an automatic first down on the face mask call. That moves the ball into Cherokee territory. 1st and 10 on the Cherokee 42. East Brunswick's trailing 7-3 with Forte bringing out the offense. Here's a handoff to Harmon. Harmon, nice hold up near the 35.
I'll tell you what, that run showed me everything about Mark Harmon. He just the acceleration was just tremendous. He has the blocking. He's going to make the yards.
Well, Jimmy, he's always had that acceleration, but he showed me something else. He put his nose in there and drove the guy back. He's always been shifty and been able to outmaneuver anybody, but now he's getting a little physical. So that's got to be a plus.
Okay, it's 2nd and 3 for East Brunswick. The ball is marked on the Cherokee 35-yard line. Forte calling the signals. Long count here. He's going to roll right, looking to pass. He's got Press in the right flat. Press is going to be short of the first down. We'll see where they mark his forward progress.
Well covered by Cherokee.
Press showed some poise right there. He got an early start, calmly got back in position, and went with the play without getting the penalty.
Okay, Press was short on the play. It'll bring up a 3rd and about 2 for East Brunswick. Maybe a long one.
Gordon is alternating Brunig and Harmon in the running back positions.
We've just started the second period. East Brunswick on the move. They trail 7-3. second and a long one. And this is Miller. Miller, nice hole. He's got the first down. Close to the 25-yard line of Cherokee.
All right, Matt Miller, he showed us something last year, just as a sophomore, he could run with the ball. I think East Brunswick now, just to get itself steady on offense, could just go to him more often.
First and 10 for East Brunswick. The ball has been spotted at the 26-yard line, Cherokee. Forte fakes to Miller, looks for the look-in pass. It's popped up in the air, incomplete. Looking for number 85, Dave Potter, the tight end. That's the first time they've gone to him today.
Yeah, he's a sophomore too, and the coaching staff told us that he's one of the biggest surprises this year. They didn't really think he would just come in and as fast as he is, but he's got the size. He's 6'3", 190 pounds, and could turn out to be a prime receiver for East Brunswick this year.
Got to bring up a second and 10 for the Bears. Got about 9 minutes and 35 seconds to go here before half. East Brunswick has, that's Harmon, and I think that's DeVito in the backfield. DeVito with the ball, he's hit hard. Joe DeVito, a sophomore, carrying the ball.
You know, he's been working on a rather tender ankle, and I think he might have just injured it right there, sort of trying to hop it off.
Third down for East Brunswick, no gain on that play. They still have a 3rd and 10. Can't forget, though, that Josh Miller is on the sideline. He's already kicked one field goal today of 47 yards. Forte brings the team out. He's in a shotgun formation. Looking to throw. He's got some time. He's being rushed. He flips it backwards to DeVito. DeVito got the left side wide open. He's got some room. And DeVito's going to get the first down, diving out of bounds.
Just got the first down on that.
Oh, I'm sorry, it was Ken Press. Well, then I think it was DeVito in the backfield.
That was,
Joey DeVito.
that was DeVito, sure it was.
DeVito. Good running. Good running. You got to give it to Brian Forte, who showed a little poise there too, flipping back just about the time he's about to be brought down.
I'll tell you, gentlemen, we're seeing a little bit of everything today. Great play by Forte and a fine run by DeVito to pick up the first down, or what we think might be the first down. They've called for a measurement.
DeVito showed great change of pace, waiting for his blockers, and for a sophomore, you usually don't see that. They usually just take off and run scared, but he showed a great poise, and it's a first down.
First down, East Brunswick. So they turn trouble or disaster into a great opportunity to keep the drive alive.
Jimmy, right at this spot is where Cherokee has been the toughest. They've pushed East Brunswick back twice when they've been here.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see what happens now.
That kind of leads me to believe that East Brunswick probably is not going to stay on the ground. They're going to probably go to a passing game.
Okay, let's set the situation for you. East Brunswick has the ball 1st and 10 on the Cherokee 16-yard line. They trail 7-3 with 8 minutes and 40 seconds to go here before halftime. It's Harmon, and, well, Harmon's at the wingback, and Forte calls a timeout. There's a little confusion there. And so East Brunswick's had to waste the timeout.
Well, it's a smart timeout.
it was.
Right here. This is a crucial set of downs right here. I think they want to score the touchdown. The field goal is almost automatic, but they want to score the touchdown here. And if things don't look right, it's a good time to use one of your timeouts to make sure you got the right play coming in.
The situation was that Bruning came in with a late call from Gordon. Forte recognized that he didn't have enough time to call the audible or didn't quite understand the play and did the smart thing.
All right, a good game thus far. As we said in the pregame show, we were a little concerned, obviously, with the size of Cherokee. While that has been a factor, it has not been the kind of factor we thought. East Brunswick has been within the 20 of Cherokee 3 times now. This is only the first half. So it's a pretty even matchup, I would think, at this point.
John, if we have a moment, I'm going to be giving a plug to all the fall sports teams as we go along here.
Please do, Jim.
The boys gymnastics team, going to be just another good one. This is the 23rd year for Don Weeder, and they've got some good kids. Greg Appen, Adam Antwine, Steve Christensen, Ron Katz, and Jason Cohen. And Matson Cohen are both freshmen and are capable of winning individual state championships this year.
All right, Forte brings him out. First and 10, ball on the Cherokee 16. East Brunswick trails 7-3. Brunig is the lone setback. That's Jimenez in motion. Forte, quick pitch to Brunig, a reverse around to Press. And Press is looking to throw the ball. He pulls it down.
An excellent tackle by number 55.
That saved a big gainer right there.
O'Connick made it an excellent tackle. Press was going to either pass off that, or if he could have got by O'Connick, he would certainly been almost able to run in for a touchdown. So very important tackle for Cherokee.
As a matter of fact, it turns out to be a 3-yard loss.
Well, it's obvious that Borden is not holding back anything offensively. We've seen a variety of offensive sets and formations, and reverse just didn't make it. All right, that'll be a second down. Press lost 2. It's 2nd and 12 for East Brunswick. The ball on the 18 of Cherokee. Forte rolling right. He's got some room. He's going to run with the ball. Flag is thrown. And Forte hit hard at about the 10-yard line. Let's see what that flag is.
I saw Red Loswitz indicate a holding call.
We'll wait for the official call here. It is holding against East Brunswick. So for the second time, when a prime opportunity in Cherokee territory, a mistake by East Brunswick, a penalty, has moved them out of range again.
Exactly. Of course, that ball was marked off from the point of the foul, so East Brunswick is probably even out of field goal territory.
Well, I don't know, but they're keeping true to form once they get down in that area, as I pointed out before. They seem to be moving backwards instead of forwards, and that's something I'm sure Coach Borden's thinking about.
We have 7 minutes and 43 seconds to go before halftime. East Brunswick trails 7-3. They had the ball on the Cherokee 16. A holding penalty has now moved the ball back to around the Cherokee 36-yard line. It's 2nd and 30 for East Brunswick. Forte has Harmon and Miller in the backfield. He's looking to throw. He's going to put it up deep. Jimenez is out there. Oh, off his fingertips.
That ball was right on the money.
A fine throw by Forte out to Jimenez. Jimenez, as you know, is a track man. He runs the 100, 200, and a quarter mile for the track team, and he showed some speed there. It almost made the catch.
Well executed play, and just off his fingertips. So that'll bring up 3rd and 30 for East Brunswick. The ball on the Cherokee 36. I think we'll see that play again later on in this game.
How about like this play?
Now, let's see. Forte has Miller and Brunig in the backfield with him now. Press is in the wing. Jimenez and Potter are split out, and a whistle is called, and we have a delay of game, I think.
All right, these are the types of mistakes that you're going to see early on.
That'll make it 3rd and 35 now for East Brunswick. They trail 7-3. 7 minutes to go here before half. An exciting game, a game filled with mistakes and some unusual plays. Let's see what East Brunswick calls now. 3rd and 35. Forte drops back. He's going to be pressured. The ball is knocked out of his arms, picked up, I don't know by whom. Still East Brunswick's ball, but it'll be a 4th down situation.
Jimmy, you got to wonder why they did play action there. I mean, they're going to pass. They're not going to fool anybody with the play action, even 35 yards. Just drop back and throw the pass.
Yeah, and certainly Cherokee has shown the ability to break through the line early on. They're going to throw, they're going to throw.
That was Gene Kammerer who fell on the ball for East Brunswick and saved the 4th down possibility.
Jim Couture was the one that forced that fumble.
4th and 35, and East Brunswick looks like they're going to go, but don't forget, Forte is a punter. And that's what they're doing. They're moving into punt formation. Cherokee has no one back deep. They don't believe East Brunswick's going to punt. And Forte will punt. He lays it up to the sideline, and we'll see where it's going to be spotted as going out of bounds. And it'll be at about the 23-yard line of Cherokee where they'll take over. They lead in this game 7-3.
okay, East Brunswick loses another opportunity to score.
To go in the second quarter. Score remains 7-3.
Now, looking around, Jim, I can't say enough about the condition of this field and a fine crowd here. It's great to see that.
Yeah, so it's always the case. East Brunswick has been continually upgrading its facilities. Of course, the lights are going to be in here for the next game we televise from here at Madison Central, October 2nd.
We'll be here bringing you that game. Anyway, Cherokee is re-huddling up, as now they get the official call to start the game clock.
I don't think East Brunswick can afford to let Cherokee score before the end of this half, even though there's about 7 minutes left.
All right, Evans brings them out. High formation, Geringer and Brankefort in the backfield. That's Geringer with the ball right up the middle. Fights his way across the 25. Bring up a second down.
Front three for East Brunswick. Larry Novak, Tepazinko, and Scott Renowitz again. Same 3 people that were on the offensive line, so they're getting a workout.
We'll see if that takes its toll here in the second half. We've got about 6 minutes and 30 seconds to go here before halftime. Cherokee has the ball on their own 25-yard line. Second and about 6. That's Brankefort. Nice cutback. He'll be close to the 30.
Sophomore DeVito was the one that really caused that play to go less than where they wanted to. Could have been a big gainer then. A full set of blockers out there, but he just grabbed that tackle from behind.
Matty Owens out of the game for Cherokee. They got Rick Masello in at tight end now, number 89.
Cherokee looking at a 3rd and 4. The ball close to the 30-yard line, their own 30. Evans, handoff to Geringer. Oh, he's hit hard right at the point of attack. He's dropped about at the line of scrimmage. He may have even lost the yard.
I credit that play to Masoni for East Brunswick. He was the one that just shot the gap on that and made the first hit, and that caused the other East Brunswick tacklers to get in there.
4th down, it looks like Cherokee will punt.
I see Matty Owens coming back in the game. He's going both ways, so I guess Coach Horner just gave him a breather. He's the kid who caught the touchdown. They didn't have him in on that last series at all.
Okay, Rienzi will punt for Cherokee. Back deep for East Brunswick is Pruss and Brunig.
Remember, punting's not one of Cherokee's strengths here. I wonder if East Brunswick will be blitzing on this.
Rienzi, he gets the ball off. It's a low kick. It's going to be fielded by Pruss. It is a reverse to Brunig. And Brunig will cross the 40. At the 41-yard line.
That was just plain speed by Mike Patino, number 33. Just outran Brunig.
East Brunswick, though, comes up with good field position. They'll start this quarter now. 4 minutes and 44 seconds to go. They trail 7-3. 1st and 10.
That was probably the best sequence for East Brunswick's defense, Phil.
They showed me something. They've had a number of the guys have had to go both ways, and they're doing the job right now against the bigger Cherokee team.
All right, Brunig brings him out. 1st and 10. That's Miller with the ball. And Miller gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
I see Kemmer, number 59, on left guard for East Brunswick right now. So Gordon is trying to spell some of his players.
2nd down. A little more than 10.
I wonder are they going to do that little swing pass they did in a couple scrimmages to Harmon in the flat and let him take off.
With his ability, you get him the ball and just see what he can do with it.
2nd and 10 for East Brunswick. The ball is spotted at the 41-yard line, their own 41.
Harmon's a single back here.
This is Pruss in motion. Harmon in the backfield. It's a quick pitch to Harmon. If he can get outside, fine play by a Cherokee. Drops Harmon for about a 5-yard loss.
Catullo.
Yeah, that smelled out all the way.
Catullo went on that play.
Brings East Brunswick into a 3rd and 17. Another long 3rd down situation.
Is it my imagination, or does East Brunswick seem to be looking tired?
Well, they should be. They got, as I said before, they got a number of kids going both ways, and this team is physical, so it's probably taking its toll. It's almost halftime, so they'll get a breather.
3rd and 17 rather for East Brunswick. Forte rolls right. He's looking to throw. He lays it up for Pruss. Pruss has got the ball and steps out of bounds in Cherokee territory. First down. That'll be around the Cherokee 45. There's 2 minutes and 54 seconds to go before half, so plenty of time for East Brunswick to march it in. Fine play by Forte.
Good catch by Pruss. I think they got to get the ball in his hands a little bit more. He's coming off the field right now. He's been going both ways, and he looks like he's a little winded.
Okay, does it seem possible that Forte can stay in the pocket with Cherokee coming in there like that, or is he going to have to do that sort of rollout?
I think the rollout would be to his advantage.
All right, there's DeVito and Harmon in the game. Harmon has a wing, DeVito in the backfield. Forte, 1st and 10 for East Brunswick, Cherokee 45-yard line. Schaefer in motion. Forte on a delay to DeVito.
Moving on East Brunswick line.
Yep.
Flag is down.
We'll bring it back 5 for East Brunswick on that motion penalty on the line.
The referee out there is my old school chum, Alex Bagamary, who played guard on South River High School team when I was playing back in 1965.
The call is illegal motion against East Brunswick. It's denied. Penalty is refused by Cherokee. So it'll bring up 2nd and 15. We've got 2 minutes and about 40 seconds to go before halftime. And again, a penalty has somewhat stalled an East Brunswick drive. Let's see what they can bring out. Forte brings him up. It's DeVito and Brunig in the backfield now. 2nd and 12. Wrong count by Forte. Fakes to Brunig. Looking to set up some kind of screen. He's got Brunig. Brunig makes a nice cut inside, but is not really going to go anywhere with it. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about all.
I'm starting to see why Cherokee is such a quality club. Each of those defensive players know what their assignment is, and they saw the play coming, they read it well, and they just executed the tackles.
2 minutes left in the half.
We're under 2 minutes now.
John, on that penalty before, that really just enabled the clock to continue, and I think that's one of the reasons why the Cherokee refused.
Let's say 3rd and 12 for East Brunswick. The ball just across the midfield line. Forte rolling right, looking to throw. Gets a nice block, dumps it off to Harmon. Harmon's going to be tripped up short of the first down, and it'll bring up a 4th down for East Brunswick. 1 minute and 23 now before half. We'll see if East Brunswick goes for it.
That was East Brunswick. I had to call a timeout here, and there's a 4th down.
It's going to be 4th and about 8.
Marcus obviously has called the play, so he knows what he wants to do.
Fourth and 8 for East Brunswick.
At your flag will be Cherokee students. Please go over to the Cherokee bench to get some equipment from last week.
Okay, Forte with about 50 seconds to go, 4th down. He goes into a shotgun formation.
Or punting formation.
Time is running down, and he will punt the ball. Gets a nice kick off, but it's going to go into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20 for Cherokee. So with 31 seconds to go before halftime, Cherokee will have the ball one more time.
It'll be 1st down and 10 for the Cherokee Chiefs on their own 20.
I would think that Cherokee will look just to run it out, but you never know. Evans may try to put one up.
Oh, I think ball on the 20-yard line, Cherokee in complete control of the game, or at least they seemingly are control of the game. I don't think they're about to, make a mistake. East Brunswick has already shown it can capitalize on turnovers, so I would play the conservative game here.
Okay, Cherokee has the ball, their own 20, 1st and 10, 31 seconds to go before half. They come out in an I formation. That's Brankefort. He'll bring it up to close around the 25. That may be the last play of the half. And they're going to call timeout. Cherokee will call a timeout here. stopping the clock with 20 seconds. They're in the lead, 7-3. It'll be a 2nd and 5 for them.
I doubt very seriously if we're going to see a pass or anything. I think Coach Horner is probably just going to run the clock out. His reason for calling timeout at this time will just be to let him know on this last play he wants perfect execution. He wants him doing it right. So maybe, and he's coming out on the field himself, so I'm pretty sure that's what he's going to do.
I'm real sure about that, Phil.
I just don't think he's going to throw a pass.
I'd like to say, too, that it's the first game for the players, first game for the officials, and obviously it's the first game for us. So
Considering I forgot what team we were playing.
it's something to keep in mind as we may flub some names or some calls here. While we have a moment, and Jim, you touched on it earlier, East Brunswick will, for the first time in their history, be playing night football games at home. And I know we here at Channel 8 are anxious for that to happen, and I'm sure the fans in East Brunswick will be just as anxious.
Yeah, John, just to go over the schedule, well, I guess we don't have any time now. Cherokee's coming to the line.
Okay, 2nd and 5 for Cherokee. 20 seconds to go before half. The ball is on their own 25. Evans at quarterback. He's going to look to put it up. He pumps, throws it down the sideline. It's dropped out of bounds by number 44, and that's Bivens. That'll leave 14 seconds on the clock.
Told you he wasn't going to pass.
I'll tell you what, the quarterback, Evans, got a shot right in the side by Pazinko. There's a number of risks involved. Because, East Brunswick you would expect to be charging, coming in on a blitz.
That'll bring 3rd and 5 up for Cherokee. 14 seconds. The ball is at their own 25. And they may leave it on the ground and let the clock go. I don't know, they put Brankford as a wing back. It's a handoff to Geringer up the middle. He's got some running room, 1 man left. Brunig, nice tackle. I'm sorry, that was Pruss. 8 seconds left. There'll be a timeout while they move the chains. The ball is now up to the 45-yard line, and Cherokee will take another timeout. So this is going to be a long 40 seconds here that we had.
Well, when you consider J.P. Stevens beat Shawnee last night with 5 seconds to go, maybe the coach is thinking, I have 8 seconds here, and maybe I can get something before the half is out.
Well, the one thing we have to keep in mind is that Cherokee does not have a kicking game or a comparable kicking game to that, say, of East Brunswick. So you've got to think they've got to move by the air and do it quickly with 8 seconds to go. I would not be surprised to see maybe a little catch and hitch play. But that's a tough. Yeah. Well, we'll see. Timeout, 8 seconds. Cherokee's leading 7-3. They have the ball. It'll be 1st and 10, and the ball is on their own. Let's call it the 43-yard line.
I was talking about the schedule. Next Friday night, the 26th, Brick Township away, and fans, if they can look at the Sentinel, we'll have directions on how to get there, okay? This week's Sentinel. October 2nd, Madison Central at home. That's a Thursday night game right here under the lights. And East Brunswick will be away October 10th at Edison. We'll pick up the rest of the schedule as we go on.
Okay, Evans brings out Cherokee. 1st and 10, 8 seconds to go before halftime. They got Geringer in the backfield, lone back. Evans drops back. He's laying it up in the air, looking for Brankefort. Stepped in. Oh, nice defensive play by both Brunig and Pruss. We're kind of sitting back there. 2 seconds to go. So Cherokee will get one more play, one more shot at it.
And there you see the East Brunswick defensive backfield reacting to the passing situation when they know it's coming. Brunig is just a fine athlete, so is Pruss, and I think if they can get their defensive line down pat and stop that running game, I think everything else is going to take care of itself.
And we should mention in that defensive backfield, it is missing Dave Novak.
That's correct.
Who's out injured. Well, we'll see what Cherokee tries now. 2nd and 10, 2 seconds. Obviously the last play of the half. And it's a quick opener, a trap to Geringer. And he rambles down. He'll have the first down, but time's expired, and that's it for the first half.
Well, that'll inflate the statistics.
That's the end of the first half.
All right, Jim and Phil, 7-3 first half. East Brunswick surely had their opportunities. Very good game. Phil, what do you think?
It is a good game. I think if you're an East Brunswick fan, you got to be pleased that they're in the position that they are right now. As you said, they had missed opportunities, though. I think 3 times they've been inside the 20. The first one with that fumble recovery. The second with Bazinko's interception, they got 3 points out of that. The third time when Joey DeVito
Had that run there.
And each time they didn't capitalize on it as they should have. But nevertheless, they're in the game, 7-3, and they're playing fairly good ball.
John, from a defensive standpoint, aside from that pop pass that led to that long gainer, East Brunswick has still been able to hold, and that has really been the main clinker. We could have a 3-0 ball game at this point.
That's right. Well, no doubt that East Brunswick has really showed us something this first half. Have played tough defense. The offense is a little sluggish, but I think maybe second half we're going to see some changes, and I think you'll see a different offense. First game jitters. There's a lot of bugs to be worked out, but as we've said here, at least during the first half, you've got to be impressed with East Brunswick. They're hanging in tough. They're playing a big physical team.
That's right.
Cherokee is no slouch. And so the second half should be interesting. So we'll be back in a few minutes with the second half, and until that time, we suggest that you stay tuned and watch the fine East Brunswick High School band.
Good food.
I think second half you're going to see that. Yeah, I think it's going to be down to the left, going to the right. That's we usually make adjustments when we have Well, we want to welcome you to the second half. Well, we want to welcome you to the second half of the East Brunswick-Cherokee game. Cherokee leads 7-3. Just to kind of recap the scoring for you, East Brunswick got on the board first. Josh Miller with a 47-yard field goal made it East Brunswick 3, Cherokee nothing. Cherokee responded with a 1-yard plunge by their fullback, Geringer, and the extra point by O'Neill made it 7-3, and that's where we're at. Interesting first half. We'll see if there's any adjustments to be made by either team. But Jim, I know you have the first half stats.
Yeah, they're pretty revealing, John. Oddly enough, the ball carrier for East Brunswick that had the most attempts was Brian Forte, and that was primarily because he was sacked a couple of times. 4 attempts for a -9 yards. His longest game was 3 yards. Brunig carried once for 10 yards. Harmon had 2 carries for a net 1 yard. Long gain, though, was 8. And I assume that Bill Munyon, our statistician, is adding and subtracting as he's going along here. Miller had 2 carries, net 7. DeVito 3 carries, net 8, and Kenny Pruss 1 carry for a -2. Forte in the passing department was 5 for 9, had 1 intercepted, and his long gainer was 29 yards. In the receiving department, Pruss 2 catches for 21 yards, Brunig 2 for 3 yards net, and Harmon had 1 for 5 yards. In the punting department, Forte had 2 punts, longest 42 yards. First downs, East Brunswick 4, Cherokee 8. And any other revealing statistic in penalty yards, East Brunswick had 35, Cherokee 25. So that's about it. Obviously, Cherokee has had the advantage in both offensive and defensive departments.
Okay, we saw a somewhat penalty-filled first half, and quite honestly, penalties hurt East Brunswick. They were inside the Cherokee 20 3 times. We're only able to capitalize on that once, and that was Miller's 47-yard field goal. So what do you think Cherokee's going to do? Offensively, they weren't that dynamic.
I think Cherokee's going to have to stop making mistakes. One of the reasons the game is as close as it is because Cherokee is the one who's made the most mistakes. And if they stop making mistakes, that's going to be in trouble for East Brunswick.
All right, Cherokee and East Brunswick are on the field. We get ready for the second half kickoff. East Brunswick will receive. They will be moving left to right on your screen in the dark jerseys. They have Pruss, Brunig, and Harmon back deep.
I'll mention the sun's out again, and it's starting to heat up, so fatigue could be a factor in this second half for East Brunswick.
Okay, O'Neill waiting for the signal from the referee. And here we go. The second half of this East Brunswick-Cherokee game is underway. This is going to be Pruss at about his 10-yard line. Nice hole. Kenny will run it up across the 30-yard line. So East Brunswick starts off on offense to start the second half here. I have a feeling, Phil and Jim, that we may see a little bit more of Harmon and DeVito to make use of their speed and quickness.
I think you're going to see more speed plays, trick plays, misdirections, and things of that sort to sort of offset that large Cherokee defense.
All right, East Brunswick takes over on their own 32. Forte is the quarterback. He has Brunig and Miller in the backfield, and that's Miller. Off tackle, Miller will be up around the 35-yard line. Bring up a second down.
John, we're going to watch the Cherokee defense real closely. One of the real strong attributes of Jim Horner's coaching ability is to make the adjustments at halftime. He has a great staff and a keen observer, and many times they've played where they really look poor in the first half. They've just turned the game around, so we're just going to watch and see how they play the second half.
Okay, East Brunswick comes back out second and about 7. This is Miller again, right side. Miller picks up maybe a yard or 2.
Tackle from behind by number 57. Moving
Let's call it 3rd and 4 for East Brunswick. Just started the second half. I'm John Meggiolaro. I'm being joined by Phil Hill and Jim Allinder as Channel 8 brings you the start of the East Brunswick High School football season. They trail 7-3 and have a 3rd and 4. Forte looking to pass, rolls left, pulls up, he's got Pruss wide open, left side, first down, East Brunswick. Nice play.
I'll tell you, John, Brian Forte showed me something on that. I believe that when he checked off at the line of scrimmage, there was a guy up in his face. He got the pass off and hit his man right on the money there, so he showed me a lot there.
First down for East Brunswick, and the ball has been marked at the Cherokee 48-yard line. So East Brunswick again is in Cherokee territory. Let's see if they can capitalize. That's Harmon now in the backfield. Forte switching around some of the players. He looks to pass again, rolls right, needs a block, sets up the throw. He's got Harmon. Harmon will pick up about 6 yards on the play.
Let's talk about adjustments. I think East Brunswick made a couple of its own right there. They're definitely taking some of the people in the backfield and just clearing them out to the right and left. I don't think we're going to see Forte too much in a drop-back situation. The Cherokee linemen are just too quick, getting in there too soon. He's got to get out of the pocket and look for an open receiver.
All right, second and 2 for East Brunswick. Forte brings him up to the line. That's Miller and Brunig. Here's Miller going for the first down. He's got it and much more. And he's inside the 35 for East Brunswick. Looks like a major change in that line play, Phil.
Well, you know, the 2 opportunities that Miller had the ball in the first half, he showed he could move some people out of there, and as long as he gets a little running room, he's going to make some yards for East Brunswick.
Well, we talked about Coach Jim Horner's adjustments. Coach Borden has made some adjustments himself and seems to be paying off right now.
Ball is spotted at the Cherokee 34-yard line. East Brunswick 1st and 10. They trail 7-3. Opening minutes of the second period. Forte blowing the signals. Long time at the line. Fakes to Miller. Under pressure, rolls, puts it up in the air. Knocked down by a Cherokee player, number 32, and that's Reisner.
That ball was intended for Potter, who had come out to the right side here, and I think if it hadn't been tipped, Potter would have had a good shot at getting it.
Bring up second down for East Brunswick. They seem to be playing with a lot more confidence, the offensive unit, that is. We've got 8 minutes and about 50 seconds in running, third period. 2nd and 10 for East Brunswick. Ball at the Cherokee 34-yard line. I formation. Looked like movement, but no flag. That's Brunig. And Brunig maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. They bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, East Brunswick definitely got away with a little bit of movement on the line there. That Cherokee quickness on the line is just something. They just get in there.
They're big but quick.
So that'll bring up 3rd and 11. Brunig actually lost a yard and is back at the Cherokee 35. Harmon now in for Brunig.
Passing situation.
Forte will roll right, getting some pressure, sets up, he's got a man in Pruss, nice catch along the sidelines. Kenny Pruss keeping his feet in.
But he's short of the first down, though. Still about 2 yards short.
It's a big-time grab by Kenny Pruss. He showed the balancing act, kept his feet in bound before he fell out of bounds.
Does Zilkonik have a shoe problem, or is he hurt?
We have a timeout.
Because he's one of those blitzing linebackers that have been causing all kinds of problems for East Brunswick today.
Timeout on the field. It'll be a 4th down and about a yard for East Brunswick with 8:03 to go in the third period. And Marcus Borden has a tough call here. Do you go with Miller for the field goal, or do you try to pick up that yard maybe with Miller, Matt Miller,
John,
running the ball?
I think with the way East Brunswick has been moving the ball at the beginning of this half, I think they're more likely to go for the first down here.
Forte is in, and I don't see Josh Miller, so it appears that Borden will go for it on 4th down. We have a timeout. There's an injured Cherokee player down on the field.
Just looking at the rest of the schedule, I picked off where East Brunswick was going to be at Edison on October 10th. The 17th, they'll be back here for the game against Woodbridge, a night game, 7:30 p.m. start. Then they'll travel to Perth Amboy on the 25th of October, an away game. That's a day game, 1 p.m. Then the Halloween game with J.P. Stevens, away, 7:30 p.m., October 31st. And then East Brunswick will finish out the regular season November 7th at home with Cedar Ridge, 7:30 p.m., November 7th. And on the 14th with Saraville, home game, 7:30 p.m. And then if they do qualify for the state playoffs, the first game will be at whatever team is seeded highest, November 22nd, and the finals will be played December 6th.
Phil, let me ask you, you've been in this position a number of times as a player. East Brunswick's knocked on the door several times in this game. They're in close now. The ball is spotted at the 25-yard line of Cherokee. I would think that from a psychological standpoint, East Brunswick really needs to punch it in here.
If you're talking about as a player, players want to, if you're talking about for a yard, players want to go for it. They believe they can get it at this point, then you have to believe that you can get it at this point here. While a field goal, with the weapon they have with Josh Miller, a field goal wouldn't hurt him because he's certainly going to come back later and probably get a few. But they have momentum right now, and you don't want to stop your own momentum.
Gentlemen, I'm going to disagree with you both here for the first time. I think even if East Brunswick does not make the first down here, they have shown to themselves that they can move the ball, especially through the air. And, if they don't get the first down, it's going to be Cherokee's ball deep in their own territory. And if the defense can come alive, they'll get the ball back and try again. It's just there's a lot of time left.
Plenty of time. I think a score here would be a needed shot in the arm. Forte. This is Brunig. He's got the first down. Brunig on a plunge off tackle, right side, first down.
Certainly East Brunswick will take the first down, though, at this point.
Jim, I was talking, and Phil, I was talking more about a score. They really need to score. They've had 3 opportunities, and you hate to be turned away for a 4th time. So East Brunswick comes up with a first down, 1st and 10. The ball is spotted at the Cherokee 22-yard line. And East Brunswick is knocking once again.
And we're also at that point where they've had their most problems. Be interesting to see what occurs.
Mark Harmon checks into the backfield. He will be joined by Miller, split backfield. Forte on a quarterback keeper. He's inside the 20.
That was a good call. It really was. He saw the opening there. I think Borden has instituted a play where the quarterback sees an opening, he can call that audible, and then picked himself up a good 4 or 5 yards on the first play.
Well, Jim, as I said before, with that 4-4 wide tackle, you can do that just about any time you want, and you can pick up that.
All right, let's call it 2nd and 7 for East Brunswick. The ball on the Cherokee 17-yard line. East Brunswick's threatening. They trail 7-3 here with about 6 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the 3rd period. Forte looking to throw. He's going to lay it up for Pruss in the corner once again. Pruss is, he dropped the ball right in his hands. That was 6 points.
6 points, but A.J. Cooper, the defensive back, kind of blinded Pruss with his hands up in the air, and I think that's what caused Kenny to drop the ball.
A good point, Jimmy.
Tough
he
catch.
shielded him out. He did get his hands on the ball, but he caught it. He got his hands on the ball practically below his waist, so I can tell you he really didn't see it. He certainly didn't have an opportunity to get his hands up for it.
That'll bring up 3rd and 7 for East Brunswick. The
You
ball
appreciate
still,
that, Mr. Receiver, I'm sure.
the ball still on the Cherokee 17-yard line. Forte looking to throw the ball again.
He's got room to run.
Looking for Pruss and overthrows him.
Gosh, for a moment there, I saw an opening for Brian to run with the ball.
He would have had the first down too, I think, Jim.
Yeah. All right,
4th down.
Looks to me like he's going to try about a 44-yarder.
I think it'd be a little less than that. Let's see where they spot it.
Okay, yeah, I see. 34 yards if he goes for it.
It should be around a 34-yard field goal.
Or both off now. Let's see. It's at the 27, so it would be a 37-yard.
All right. Josh Miller on for the field goal. Bring East Brunswick within 1. The kick is up. And it's good. So Josh Miller gets his second field goal of the day and brings East Brunswick within 1. It's now Cherokee 7, East Brunswick 6.
Well, it didn't get the foot into the ball like he did the last one, but nonetheless, it's 3 points.
Well,
And more importantly, Phil, another field goal can give East Brunswick the lead.
you're right, good point. I'm tempted to talk about the fact that they got inside the 20 again and still weren't able to score a touchdown, but you also got to look at the fact that they came out the first drive, took it down the field on Cherokee, and did score some points. The score is 7-6 now, and the way East Brunswick looks, they've taken control of the game.
Well, certainly on the offense, they've had a successful drive. It does remain to be seen, though, whether the defense can shut down Cherokee. This is a most important drive for them right now.
Well, there's plenty of time left in this game. 6 minutes and 30 seconds to go here in the third period. East Brunswick has pulled within 1, and Josh Miller will kick it off. Very good game. Two excellent teams, two well-coached teams, too, I must say. Okay, Miller getting ready. And there's the boot. It's a good one. It's going to take Brankenford down to the 5-yard line. He's coming right up the middle. And he brings it up around to the 35-yard line. Fine run by Brankenford. And Cherokee will take over for the first time this half on offense.
And this is where we get to see the opportunity as to what adjustments have been made by Jim Horner on the offense. See if he sticks with that straight-ahead running game. Novak, Zinko, and Brenowitz, front 3.
All right, Evans brings them out. Cherokee 1st and 10 on their own 36. They've got Geringer and Brankenford in the backfield. And this is a fake to Brankenford. Evans still has it. He drops the ball. East Brunswick's got it back. Evans was hit from behind by number 33 for East Brunswick. That's Rob Schaefer.
Brenowitz was the one who recovered the ball for East Brunswick.
A big turnover. And this is how we started the first half.
A big turnover.
What's that, the third turnover for Cherokee?
Yes. So Forte and the Bears offense have another opportunity. The ball is spotted at the the Cherokee 34, 1st and 10.
Let's keep our eyes on Kenny Pruss, the receiver flanked right here.
Forte looking for Pruss, it seems. He's throwing it over Pruss's head.
Yeah, that seems to be a play that East Brunswick likes. Kenny, of course, has demonstrated that he has good hands. And if he can get open, they're going to go to him.
Phil, it looks like Cherokee is playing a zone defense back there, and Forte was just trying to lay it right in that open zone.
Right. I'm looking for this kid Jimenez. I keep watching him, and he takes off. He has good speed. He missed one earlier in the first half, and I'm looking for Forte to hit one with him on the button.
How about Jimenez out of the backfield? Excuse me, how about Harmon out of the backfield?
Well, they've been known to load up to the 2 receivers to the right and then let Harmon run to the opposite side. So let's see if this happens.
2nd and 10, East Brunswick on Cherokee 35. That's Harmon, left side. Harmon will pick up maybe 3.
Well played.
Cherokee's tough defensively.
Another injury for Cherokee.
Yeah.
Cherokee man is slow to get up.
The player that was brought off for Cherokee, Okonich, before is back in, but this is number 66 for Cherokee.
That's Devlin. That's Mike Devlin, who Coach Horner says is the best lineman that he's ever coached. Devlin's father is a linebacker coach for Temple University, and he also coached for the Houston Oilers. This kid walked in last year after they transferred from Houston, and Coach Horner had nothing but high praise for this young man. Says he's a definite blue chipper.
It looks as though he has a leg cramp of some sort. They're massaging his leg on the field. So thank God it's nothing serious. While we have a a moment here, let me just update our audience. If you're just joining us, we have 5 minutes and 17 seconds to go here in the third period in a very good game between Cherokee High School and East Brunswick. Cherokee is leading 7-6. East Brunswick's points have come on 2 field goals by Josh Miller, one of 47 yards and one of 37 yards. So East Brunswick's had their opportunities and they've relied on Josh Miller to put the points up so far. But we've seen a very hard-hitting game and one with a lot of wrinkles. We're seeing a lot more on the East Brunswick offense.
You see Miller warming up on the sidelines right here. He's pacing back and forth. Sure he'd like another opportunity.
I tell you, this has got to be a confidence builder for East Brunswick. They've come out the second half, and the second half thus far has been theirs. They've been very aggressive, very physical, and they've been taking it to Cherokee.
Of course, we know that Gordon's teams are always very well conditioned, so even if they seem to be overpowered weight-wise, perhaps they may not be worn down as quickly as we think they are, because they've shown that through their conditioning that they can sort of persevere when the going gets tough. And I think they're going to have their opportunity in the next 20 minutes here to just see exactly where they are, at what stage they are.
Jim, that's a good point. We mentioned Marcus Borden, and obviously no head coach works alone. And just quickly, his assistant coaches are John Emery, Nick Spadafino, Kevin Rafferty, Bill Pellegrino, Scott Beanie, Kent Santoriello, Jerry Janchek, Joe Ionella, Andy Steinfeld, and Butch Seltzer. So there are a lot of people that are behind the scenes of any game, and like with any sport, that sometimes we don't get a chance to recognize, and I thought it would be a good time to just let the people know who works with Marcus Borden and puts his team out on the field each week.
Jim, that's Scott Beanie. He cast a giant shadow down there. He's a darn good football player for Madison Central a few years back, and rumor has it that perhaps next year he might try out as a linebacker for the San Diego Chargers. He's certainly big enough.
All right, back to the action. East Brunswick now will have a 3rd and 9 on the Cherokee 34-yard line. Forte is at quarterback. And he'll roll right, looking to pass. Steps up. Got room. Flag is down. There's Brunig. Oh, Brunig was open. Pass was a little late in getting to him. But there is a flag down, and we'll see what that flag is.
There's Brett Reisner under the coverage, and he's down.
Number 32, Brett Reisner. Knocked that ball down.
It's a good defensive play by the young man.
Forte was rolling to his right and really couldn't put enough heat on that pass.
This could be a tough penalty for East Brunswick, because if Miller was in field goal range now, this is certainly going to bring East Brunswick out.
We have an injured player down for Cherokee, and there's a flag on the field. We have a blocking below the waist against East Brunswick, which will, as Jimmy said, take them out of field goal range.
Penalties have really hurt East Brunswick this game.
Yes, they have.
15-yard penalty. Bring the ball back to the 42-yard line of the way.
Well, anytime you have a situation where a quarterback rolls, it's very hard for that offensive lineman to make the proper type of block. And apparently, the East Brunswick linemen are catching the Cherokee men below the waist or with their back toward the East Brunswick lineman, which is a clip in technical terms. So the ball has moved back into East Brunswick territory. It's spotted at the East Brunswick 43, where it'll be 3rd and 30 for a first down. We have 4 minutes and 49 seconds to go here in the third period, with East Brunswick trailing 7-6. East Brunswick had the ball on a turnover to start this drive on the Cherokee 35. We are still waiting. The injured player is still down for Cherokee. He's being attended to by both the East Brunswick and Cherokee trainer. He's up on his feet, and we're always glad to see that. That's Brett Reisner.
He made a fine play there. It was sort of an underthrown pass, but he got his hand in at the last minute. Otherwise, Bill Brunig had a good reception.
Okay, Phil, what do you call in a situation like this?
What do you call Jimmy in a situation
He
like
throws
this?
it back to me. I'd throw it in the air, definitely. I would try to get as many yards as possible, if not the first down, see if we can get Miller back into a field goal position.
We tried a fly pattern. Jimenez going.
3rd and 30. Pruss is in motion. Forte, handoff to DeVito. And DeVito gets back to the line of scrimmage. And that didn't catch anyone by surprise.
It didn't.
So to bring up a 4th down for East Brunswick.
You know, we mentioned that Forte has done the punting. Now, if they're outside their 50, which is the situation, Josh Miller does the punting for East Brunswick, and so we're going to see him.
And Miller is in there, Jim. So Josh Miller will drop back in punt formation. Brankeford is back for Cherokee. We have just over 4 minutes to go here in the 3rd period. Oh, the snap's over Miller's head. Josh picks it up, does get it off.
What a kick.
Nice kick. Brankeford lets it go. That ball's going to roll in by the 20-yard line. Heads up play by Josh Miller.
I don't know how heads up it was, John, but he certainly got off a beautiful punt. Reacted very, very well to what could have been a disastrous situation.
Great poise by Josh Miller.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something else. Jimenez was just about getting off the field at the time of the punt. That would have been terrible if a flag would have been thrown for that.
And so Cherokee is back deep in their own territory.
I don't know how big a play that was, but that's a difference of 60 yards on that play.
They have it 1st and 10 on their own 22, and they really haven't had good field position when you consider where they've started each drive from. Cherokee leading 7-6. That's Brankeford with the ball on a little counter. He gets up close to the 25. Pick up of about 3 yards. It'll bring up 2nd and around 7.
Brankeford shows some good ability to break tackles there.
Clock is running about 3 minutes and 5 seconds before the end of the 3rd period.
John, talk about ball control. That was only the 2nd time that Cherokee ran the ball this quarter.
Evans, Brankeford again. He's stopped at the line of scrimmage, bring up a 3rd down.
You know, ever since late part of the 2nd quarter, East Brunswick's defense has really straightened itself out, and Cherokee hasn't shown any ability to be able to move the ball like they did earlier in the game.
Well, we'll see if Cherokee puts it up in the air. They have a 3rd and 7. The ball rests on their own 25-yard line. That's Evans at quarterback. He's going to roll. It's a draw play. Brankeford, he's going to be short of the 1st down. He only picked up about 2-3 yards in that delayed draw.
Give credit to the East Brunswick defense for staying on their ground, staying at their
Another fine
feet.
job.
Yep.
And Cherokee will be in a punting formation. That's Pruss and Brunig going back.
All right, both fine open field runners.
It's another adventure anytime Cherokee gets ready to kick.
This is Rienzi, the punter for Cherokee. 1:40 to go here in the 3rd period. Here's the snap. Rienzi gets a low kickoff. A flag has been thrown. Pruss will pick it up, fake the reverse to Brunig. And he'll get close to the 45. It'll be marked down at the East Brunswick 43, but there is a flag down.
Gosh, if Pruss wasn't tackled on that play, he had some field on the left side.
There's a holding call. I'm not sure who it's against.
Against Cherokee.
Against Cherokee.
Tell you what, with that kicking game, I'd make him kick it again.
Yeah. It is holding against Cherokee.
Pruss is feeling some of the effects of that tackle right now. He looks to be all right.
So East Brunswick has accepted the penalty. It'll move the ball back inside the 20, and Cherokee will punt over. We have 1 minute and 22 to go here before the end of the third period. Cherokee leading 7-6. But they're facing a 4th and about 12, and Rienzi is in the punt.
On the 19-yard line. Fourth down.
Good snap. Rienzi gets it off. Much better kick this time. Pruss calls for a fair catch, and will take it at around his own 44-yard line. So East Brunswick will go on offense. They trail by 1, and this will be the 3rd time they have the ball in this quarter.
Well, I have to wonder that fair catch that was called. It seemed like Kenny had some room to run, but then he was just feeling a little bit fatigued after running that last punt.
It may have been. He did take a good shot before that.
Certainly the safe thing to do in the situation. Still a lot of time left.
We'd like to remind our audience that, weather permitting, next week we'll be with you at the Brick Township game. And hopefully all the home games here at East Brunswick. That's Forte, 1st and 10. That's Matt Miller with the ball. And Miller finds it rough going up the middle. Bring up a 2nd down for East Brunswick. Ball is spotted at the East Brunswick 44. We have about 30 seconds to go before the end of this quarter.
I think a pass would be in order right here, John.
2nd and 9, 26 seconds to go in the 3rd period. East Brunswick. Forte fakes to Brunig, looking to throw. He's got Pruss open. Pruss makes the catch again, dancing along the sideline. 1st down, East Brunswick.
That's just good body control by the receiver there. He knows where he is, knows he has to keep his feet in bound, and Pruss did that earlier, and he's done it again.
That play's been open about 3 or 4 times this afternoon. That'll stop the clock with 11 seconds to go. And a 1st down for East Brunswick.
I don't think we can't lose sight of the fact that quarterback out there is a sophomore.
Good point. He's shown a good touch thus far, too.
All right, Forte brings him up. The ball is spotted at the Cherokee 42-yard line. That's Forte. He keeps the ball, picks up about 3 yards. That should be the end of the 3rd quarter. So as the teams switch sides of the field, it's East Brunswick 6, Cherokee 7, as we begin the start of the 4th quarter. But East Brunswick has the ball in Cherokee territory. Phil, I got to ask you, I'm a little surprised that Cherokee hasn't tried to run Geringer this.
I'm surprised also. I thought that Jim Horner would take his team back, come out in the 2nd half, and say we're going to stick with what's been working with us, and that's been running Geringer, but he hasn't done that. They've only had the ball 3 possessions, however, so they haven't had that much of an opportunity to do much of anything.
So far, I have Pruss with 5 catches on the game now. One he almost caught for a touchdown in the end zone there. It's out of his grasp. And if we thought that Ken was a quality defensive player, I think he's really shown himself to be good offensively nowadays.
And I just want to remind our audience that you're watching the channel for East Brunswick Sports. That is Channel 8 out of the East Brunswick Library. As we start the 4th period here at East Brunswick High School, the Bears trail 7-6 against Cherokee, but they have the ball. Forte looking for Jimenez, and just over his head. Bring up a 3rd down and about 8. Third and 8 for East Brunswick. The ball is on the Cherokee 41-yard line.
Phil, would you call this a key play?
Well, it's an important play.
certainly important play for possession.
Forte will roll left, getting some pressure, looking to throw. He's not going to be able to get it off. And they rule that it was an incomplete pass.
I definitely think so. It was intended for Harmon. Brian was just happy just to get rid of that ball.
In all fairness, let's say that a right-handed quarterback rolling left, trying to throw, that is a difficult situation.
As strong as Brian is, it presents a lot of problems.
Well, East Brunswick faces 4th and 8.
They're going to go for it.
Forte is a punter.
Maybe.
He comes up to the line, though, drops back into what appears to be punt formation. Cherokee has yet to drop anyone back, and now they will. And Forte will, in fact, punt the ball. Again, over to the right side. It will go out of bounds around the 20-yard line of Cherokee.
That mirrored the play of the first half, almost exactly.
So, the 4th time now that East Brunswick has been in Cherokee territory and came away with no points in this particular drive. And so Cherokee will take over at their own 21-yard line. We have 11 minutes and 42 seconds to go here in the game as we just started the 4th quarter. Cherokee ahead 7-6.
We'll see if East Brunswick can get a turnover here. They've had three opportunities of doing it.
High formation for Cherokee. That's Evans looking to throw. He's looking for Mattioni, and he throws it over his head. In fact, Mattioni was looking one way, and the ball went the other.
That's Dave Novak in there. Good coverage.
Novak got in?
38.
All right. We did not know whether we were going to see him today because he had been injured, but he's back in there. So East Brunswick is with its frontline defensive backfield.
That'll be 2nd and 10 for Cherokee. The ball on their own 26-yard line. Evans, delayed draw to Blankenford, and tripped up in the backfield.
That was Larry Novak that tripped him up.
East Brunswick's defense has really come alive, and they look super.
Let's call that a 3-yard loss, so Cherokee will be facing a 3rd and 13. And again, I think Geringer has only carried the ball twice this half thus far.
They got to jam Mattione at the line of scrimmage. Number 87.
Let's see what Evans does. He brings him out in an I formation. He's going to roll to his right, looking to throw. He's looking for number 3, which was Shovo.
It's very fortunate that East Brunswick has fine defenders back there because they really haven't penetrated all that much this afternoon. Evans, adequate quarterback, but that ball was slightly overthrown, so East Brunswick is going to have an opportunity to get the ball back.
With good field position.
Yes.
Bring up 4th down, and that'll bring out number 7 for Cherokee, Rienzi, to punt.
I noticed that Pruss is not back there. Harmon has taken his place.
Harmon and Brunig are back deep for East Brunswick. We'll see if Rienzi can get the ball in the air with some kind of distance. Punting has hurt Cherokee this afternoon. It's a short snap. It's a fake. This is Geringer. He's got enough for the first down. And a gutsy call by Cherokee.
I'll say it's a gutsy call. He doesn't make it. East Brunswick gets the ball in really great shape.
First down.
First down.
Number 30, Scott Geringer, took the short snap, ran to his right, had plenty of room, brings the ball up to his own 35 for a first down, and Cherokee will retain possession here in the 4th quarter. They lead 7-6.
Now, this is one of the advantages or disadvantages of playing against competition that you don't see, because that is a play that has been used by Cherokee a couple of times last year, and East Brunswick knew nothing about it.
East Brunswick back on defense. Cherokee has the ball, 1st and 10, their own 35-yard line. Here's Geringer, and he's stuffed right at the line.
I can't say enough about East Brunswick's defense in the second
really.
half. They have just turned it around.
I tell you, I'm really impressed with Ted Pazinko. He's been steady all day, sticking his nose in there and going both ways.
Not so much. I don't think it's so much the 46 that's working. I just think it's
The individual
putting
players.
it out. Yeah.
All right, Cherokee, they spotted the ball back at the line of scrimmage, so Cherokee will have a 2nd and 10. We've got 9:40 to go here in the game. That's Geringer again. And he rambles for about 7 yards, maybe 8. This is where we may start seeing that ground game with Geringer. Ball is spotted at the Cherokee 42. It'll be 3rd and 3. And Geringer's not going anywhere.
Really nice play.
Fumble. Yeah, fumble on the...
Yes.
East Brunswick.
East Brunswick has the ball.
I didn't see it.
Credit that recovery to John Massoni, who earlier had one. Gosh, I didn't see that at all. He must have stole the ball.
It had to happen late. There was a pile up, and next thing you know,
The ball popped out, and Sony picked it up.
and that's the 4th turnover for Cherokee. And yet they're in the lead, 7-6. Let's see if East Brunswick can capitalize. Plenty of time, 8 minutes and 44 seconds to go here in the game. The ball is at the Cherokee 42-yard line. 1st and 10, East Brunswick. Forte, quick pitch to Harmon, looking for a block. If he can turn the corner, Harmon will bring it close to the 40.
He got himself 2.5 yards on that play, but I'll tell you what, he had nothing.
He picked up about 2 yards. Let's call it 2nd and 8 for East Brunswick. Ball is just shy of the Cherokee 40.
The clock's going to be a factor pretty soon here.
Forte will roll right, looking to throw. He's got some time. He looks for Pruss, over Pruss's head. 3rd down. Jimenez out there again, deep for East Brunswick, Phil.
All alone.
Well, we've got 7:43 left in the game now.
Forte seems to throw a better pass when he's throwing it in the middle rather than towards the sidelines there. He hasn't had much luck with those.
For East Brunswick. Forte will roll right again. He's got some time. Gets it off. It's Harmon. Harmon breaks through. 1st down, East Brunswick.
Mark Harmon.
Great individual effort.
One tackle, and he almost got away. He would have scored.
And he's a sophomore.
He is a sophomore. Exciting.
You're going to hear big things about Mark Harmon before his career is over here at East Brunswick. And East Brunswick again is knocking on the door of Cherokee. That's 1st and 10. The ball is at the 24-yard line. Miller with the ball. Matt Miller carrying a few people, picks up 2 yards.
I think he picked up more than that, John. Let's give him about 3.5 to 4. They will take that. I'll tell you, one of the problems East Brunswick has experienced on the drives on 1st down, they haven't always been getting a lot of yardage. Now this gives them an opportunity to mix it up a little bit. They don't have to always go for that long gainer on the 2nd down.
Harmon's coming back in on field of play. We
You got his Pop Warner coaches sitting down there, and I know they got to be excited to see this young fellow perform the way he has.
2nd and 7 for East Brunswick. The ball is marked just shy of the 20, and Forte calls a timeout.
Well, Brian must have saw something that he didn't like.
And Coach Borden will go out and huddle up with the offensive unit here.
This has really turned out to be an exciting game, hasn't it?
Very exciting game.
I'm sitting here with a gut feeling that something big is yet to happen. We've seen every sort of turnover you can imagine. We've seen some busted plays, some fake plays. Both coaches pulling out a lot of the stoppers here in the first game.
You know, John, regardless of the outcome of this game, I think the questions that we posed before this game even started have been at least partially answered. The line, if maybe bending a little bit in the first half, has really stood the test the second half. It's come on very strong. That same goes for the defensive line. They've really tightened up the second half. The question of Brian Forte, a quarterback, he's really done a steady job. Mark Harmon, what can you say about him? He's made a couple of key plays, and Joe DeVito, the other sophomore, has also played a good game. So this is a game where East Brunswick has to look back toward for the remainder of this year.
As you said before, Jim, as we started the game, it's not unlike the brick game of last year. All right, East Brunswick will take over. 2nd and 7. We have 6 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the game. And Forte will look to pass. He's being rushed hard, breaks away, and throws it away, quite honestly. A flag is down, and it looked as though Jimenez was tackled. We'll see.
You know, I think an interference is going to be called on Cherokee because the ball was thrown in the direction of Jimenez, and that might have been all that was needed for the flag to be thrown. So this could be a very, very key flag. I think the officials are discussing whether or not that pass could have been caught by Jimenez. This could be waved off. Yes,
That's Cherokee. Pass interference against Cherokee. That's going to give East Brunswick a first down.
Big penalty.
You bet. This is definitely field goal territory for Miller, but I think East Brunswick is going to go for the touchdown.
Well, again, here we are, inside the 20. And they have to get something out of this. That's the important thing.
No, I think that's an understatement, Phil.
All right, the ball's being marked off.
This is the second opportunity East Brunswick has had this half to get a scoring opportunity, so they don't want to come up empty here.
1st and 10. The ball is spotted at the 11, so East Brunswick can get a first down without scoring. Something to keep in mind. But right now, they're on the Cherokee 11-yard line. 6:23 to go in the game. They trail 7-6. This is Brunig off the left side, and Brunig's not going to go anywhere.
A host of Cherokee tacklers on that play.
Phil, do you think that East Brunswick's going to be conservative here and just sort of not throw the ball in the air to make a mistake and, give it to Miller?
I think on 3rd down, they're going to go for whatever they can to try to get in the end zone.
I wouldn't be surprised to see that play to Pruss again in that far corner.
That's
one
a good
more
point,
time.
John. I think that's a good observation.
Pruss is on the wide side of the field. Anyway, it's 2nd and 10. The ball at the Cherokee 11. 5:50 to go in the game. East Brunswick trails 7-6. Forte, he's going to be sacked and throws it away, and we'll see what a call is. Incomplete. That was close. There could have been a grounding.
Well, I'll tell you.
Well, it landed right in Harmon's arms. That's why it wasn't called.
I'll tell you, for all the good things the young sophomore has done today, he missed the important block there, and that resulted in the sack of Forte.
Yeah.
If he would have stuck his nose in there, he would have shielded that man out, and Ryan would have been able to get the pass off.
Okay, Jim, this may be your big play of the game. 3rd and 10. The ball on the Cherokee 11. East Brunswick can get a first down without scoring.
It's 5:45 left in the game.
Forte has Pruss and Jimenez wide right, I formation. Miller and Brunig in the backfield. It's a pitch to Brunig. Brunig is dropped.
Well, I'll tell you what, I kind of figured that would be the call. Brunig wide left, but certainly now it puts them right in the middle of the field for a field goal try. So it's not a bad call, really.
All right, that'll bring on Josh Miller, who will attempt his third
going to
field
call
goal.
timeout here. I think they're really just playing their shot here. They know that the defense has been playing well this half and can do the job. Let's get the 3 points on the board. And this, by the way, this is not a gimme here. This is a, well, what are we looking at? A 27-yarder, 28-yard field goal attempt?
We'll see where the ball is spotted. It's going to be about 27 yards, Jim.
Okay. It's going to require perfect execution. And then East Brunswick, with Miller's foot, is going to try to put him deep in the territory and see if they can hold him. Did anybody find out who called that timeout? Was that an East Brunswick timeout or a Cherokee timeout?
I believe it was an East Brunswick timeout,
Okay.
which would be their second, and would leave them with only one, I believe.
That leaves them with one timeout.
You see Josh Miller warming up as Borden is talking to the rest of the offensive unit on the side.
And he's just out there reminding the team, listen, you got to hold the blocks. We want perfect execution on this, and this is the important play. That's all he's doing.
So it comes down to Josh Miller's leg. 4th down, 4th and 11, 5:22 to go in the game. East Brunswick trails 7-6, and Miller will try to put East Brunswick ahead with his third field goal. The kick is up. It's partially blocked at the line. And obviously it's no good. Cherokee will take over with 5:17 to go.
Same fellow that made that big catch. Mattione, 87, was the one that got it in there and blocked it.
He came in and blocked it, but it had a low trajectory from the get-go.
Jim, I kind of held off on saying anything before, but I thought that run with Brunig, I would have tried at least one pass to Press in that corner or look for that first down. That's hindsight. Here we go. East Brunswick's on defense.
Easy from here.
That's true. That's right. Now, I'm not second-guessing the coaching staff, but now it's up to the East Brunswick defense to get that ball back. Cherokee comes out with a lot of life. They've got a 1st and 10 on their own 20. They lead 7-6. And this is Geringer. He'll pick up about 3.
Now East Brunswick's really playing aggressive defense now. They're trying to go after the ball. They have probably one timeout left, and I don't think they would use that unless it gets really, they really get into an important situation.
The clock is running. We're down to 4 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the game. Geringer picked up 5. It's 2nd and 5. Full house backfield for Cherokee. This is Geringer. Got to be short of the first down, I believe.
I'll tell you what, Kenny Press has been in on an awful lot of tackles. He's really showing me something today.
Well, he's their leader, defensive leader out there. You got Brenowitz and Novak, who are silent leaders, but Kenny Press he's active. He's all over the field, offensively and defensively.
3rd and 1. I think you've got to look for Geringer on this. They've got their bulk in the backfield behind Evans. 3rd and 1. 3:54 to go in the game.
Watch the tight end.
This is Brankenford. He breaks it open. Okay, misses. Brankenford's going to go all the way. And a flag is thrown. I don't understand the flag.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, probably for waving his hands before he got to the touchdown, and probably be tacked on after.
Regardless, the touchdown stands.
Well, that's how it goes, folks.
Rankenfort goes about 65 yards.
And John, that's what happens when you're in tight to stop the short run. If the guy can break through the line, he's got clear ceiling. And that's exactly what happened there. You've seen it happen so many times.
That was a fine run. That fella, Rankenfort, he just has great speed and just outran Oaken.
Here's O'Neill for the extra point. It's up, and it's good. And now Cherokee leads 13-6 with 3 minutes and 36 seconds to go here in the game. 14-6, I'm sorry.
You know, Jim, looking at the young fella, he's just excited when he broke loose, so he put his hands in the air, and he got an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty there. That's relatively minor, but you were speaking before about the GMC's new rules, and one of them says that if you get a unsportsmanlike conduct and you get kicked out of the game, then you have to forfeit the very next game.
Well, so you don't forfeit the game, you sit out of the next game.
You have to sit out the next game. The player has to sit out the very next game.
Although I don't think that the unsportsmanlike conduct rule was intended for something like that.
No, that's minor, but I'm saying...
I think it's more than minor. I think it's ridiculous. Really, I mean, the kid has some emotion and he's going into the end zone. You know, I think it's a judgment call. If the official feels that the player was hot dogging it, okay, that's fine. Let's throw a flag. But it was just pure emotion. But that's my opinion anyway.
Well, that's what television has done.
And that's the call. They just marked off the penalty, unsportsmanlike conduct against Cherokee. The touchdown does stand, and the score remains Cherokee 14, East Brunswick 6. East Brunswick will get the ball back with 3 minutes and 36 seconds. And don't forget, if East Brunswick scores, there is a 2-point conversion play in high school, which could tie this ball game up.
It's hard to figure out why people walk out of football games at times like this. It really is.
Phil, you're alluding to the fact that a number of people have started to leave the field, leave the stadium. When there's plenty of time and anything can happen. Regardless, O'Neill will kick off for Cherokee. They have Harmon, Pruss, and Brunig back deep. It's a short kick.
East Brunswick better get on that ball.
And Pruss does cover it up.
I think what he was waiting for the ball to go out of bounds so they could kick it over again, but it stopped dead. It came down and like a dead duck just...
Well, East Brunswick has good field position. They're on their own 41-yard line. They have plenty of time, 3:35. And they'll have a 1st and 10. I guess right now the story for East Brunswick is one of missed opportunities. But they have another chance here as Forte rolls right, looking to throw. He's got Brunig, and it's off Brunig's hands, incomplete.
John, I think you hit it right on the head. Missed opportunities. They had a chance to go ahead with that field goal, and it was blocked. Certainly, I don't think that was anybody's fault. Nonetheless, they couldn't cash in on it. And I think that is what is going to be observed very closely in the films, how to avoid or how to make those opportunities come in, turn into points.
2nd and 10 for East Brunswick. 3:18 left to go in the game. Forte, young sophomore, trying to bring the team back. Looking to throw, looking for Pruss.
That was a close call right there. I think if the ball had not been overthrown, there could have been a flag.
Right.
And it goes as an incomplete pass. 3rd down for East Brunswick. Ball on their own 41.
Okay, get ready to fly, Mr. Jimenez. Down the right side.
Forte is in a shotgun. 3rd and 10. Forte looking for Jimenez. He's got him. Can he turn it up for the 1st down? It's going to be close. We'll see where they spot it.
I think he just might have made it. It all depends on where the ball's placed. Okay, the official marks it short. I don't think there's any question. East Brunswick's going to go for it.
The ball is marked right on the 50. He had to cross into Cherokee territory, so he's short about a yard. Bring up 4th and 1. 3 minutes to go here in the game. East Brunswick trails 14-6, but are at midfield and plenty of time to move that ball down.
I think you got to see Matt Miller here.
How about the quarterback sneak?
This is Harmon. Harmon's got the first. Whoa, and almost breaks it through.
He almost broke it through.
First down, though, East Brunswick. They've got to start moving now, getting out of that huddle much quicker.
I'll tell you what, if it wasn't for this tough Cherokee defense, I think Mark Harmon will have all kinds of yards this afternoon. He shows me breakaway speed, good instincts, good cutting ability. He's going to have some big number games as the season goes along.
1st and 10 for East Brunswick. The ball is in Cherokee territory at about the 46-yard line. 1st and 10. Forte looking, being pressured, gets away. He's got Jimenez.
First down.
They'll be close to a first down. Let's see where they mark it. Yes, it is a first down. 2:27 to go. East Brunswick's on the move.
Time's definitely a factor, 2:27. And the clock starts to roll.
Don't leave your living room for a beer now. Timeout.
Cherokee
calls a timeout. And that's a break for East Brunswick, believe me.
I think so. I think that they probably could have used this time right now to make a couple calls.
Kind of talk things over.
Yeah, settle themselves down.
Just a reminder, next week East Brunswick travels to Brick to take on the Green Dragons down there. And you can bet one thing, Brick will always be prepared to play.
They always have a big crowd. It's a beautiful facility down for Township.
It's a night game, and I believe the starting time is 7:30, Jim?
Yes, it is.
And weather permitting, Channel 8 will be there. We have timeout on the field, 2:19 to go in the game. East Brunswick's trailing 14-6, but has the ball in Cherokee territory around the Cherokee 30-yard line.
I wonder what those fans that left are thinking.
I would love for a score.
Well, no, we can't mention it now. I was going to say something about all the opposing coaches in the GMC are watching this game. They're probably getting a good look at East Brunswick.
All right, Forte brings him out, rolls right, looking to throw. He gets away from some pressure, keeps the ball, and he's not going to be close to a first down, but he picked up about 8 yards. East Brunswick's got to start a move now, in and out of the huddle. 2:05 left, and the clock is running.
That was a big play. Yeah, sure.
Scrambled by Brian. His receivers were covered, and he smartly held onto the ball and picked up as much yards as he could get.
I have to say I agree with both you and Jimmy, Phil, that Forte is showing a tremendous amount of poise. His first real varsity game.
We have under 2 minutes left.
We're under 2 minutes, and East Brunswick has a second and about 2. The ball close to the 20-yard line. Cherokee's 20. That's Miller. He's got some running room. Miller's rambling. Miller's going to score. Matt Miller with a 129 brings East Brunswick within a point.
That was a 21-yard run straight up the middle. It was just the perfect call at that time. Cherokee looking for the pass. Miller scores. And oh boy, what a similar situation.
Look at this. Forte's got the ball. Go for 2 points. They'll score. 2 points. It's tied. What a play. Cherokee was confused. Unbelievable. We've seen it all. I can't believe this.
This is a tremendous play.
Unbelievable. Cherokee was standing around. No one was even looking. Forte took the snap. It was just him in the center. Russ just crossed the goal line and stood there. And Forte calmly pitched it out. 2-point conversion. We got a tie ball game.
Jimmy, I tell you, things flashing through my mind right now is Marcus Gordon. That's what he has done to have him prepared at this time. He had him prepared for that when he set up the line to the left, set bust out to the right, and nobody was there. They threw to him, and he was wide open. He had all day. Matter of fact, he had too much time.
You're right.
And let me say this. I questioned the call before, and I'll say, in all fairness, excellent call, great call. That the element of surprise worked. Quite honestly, I didn't know what was going on until I saw Forte drop back to throw.
The mental discipline that's required to execute that play. The game on the line.
And Phil, what do you say to the people who left?
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Miller goes 20 yards for the score, and then a two-point conversion that caught Cherokee, and 99% of us by surprise.
Well, okay, let's not lose sight of the fact there's a minute 29 left in the game. Miller will do all he can to boot this ball as far as he can. And then we're just going to hold on to our hats and just watch.
All right, East Brunswick, Josh Miller will kick it off. There is time left for Cherokee. We're tied 14-14 a minute 29. Great kick by Miller into the end zone. No run back there. And these people are on their feet in East Brunswick.
What a turn of events.
I'll tell you, I was just going to say, I've been coming to East Brunswick football since 1962. And this has got to be the most exciting moment that I've ever witnessed.
We could talk about exciting moments like Colonia 3 years ago in the Thanksgiving game, coming back to win that one, but here is, seasons are turned around and made on plays like this.
I also want to say we've talked a lot about DeVito and Harmon, and Matt Miller, when it counted, just carried 3 or 4 guys through the line and then broke free.
Phil, does the East Brunswick defense have to try to control its emotions and play with the same
They're
intensity?
flowing on adrenaline now. All they have to guard is against the big play.
Right.
Cherokee, 1st and 10 on their 20. This is Frankfurt. Frankfurt gets maybe a yard.
This is what high school football is all about.
The clock is running. We're down to 1:17.
I'm surprised the Cherokee is not calling a timeout.
I'm surprised they're running the ball as well.
I'm surprised they're doing anything. They got to be shocked.
We're all surprised so far. It's 14-14.
They got to be shocked.
East Brunswick does have 1 timeout remaining. There's timeout on the field, an official timeout for equipment.
I'd like to think that this game is going to end in a tie, but we know that it's not over. But if it is, I'd have to think that East Brunswick comes out of this moral victor because they were not, Cherokee's number 3 in the state, rated in one poll, and they were a 2-touchdown favorite in some people's minds.
All right, here's the scene. It's 2nd and 9 for Cherokee. The ball on their own 22. 42 seconds to go in the game, and we're tied at 14. Frankenfurt's going to throw back to Evans over his head. Incomplete will stop the clock, and a little trickery over there by Cherokee.
Phil, I'm sorry, I got to pose another question to you. Third down here, you try a pass play. If it doesn't work, East Brunswick gets another opportunity to get the ball.
They're going to try the pass play. They're going to try to reach Shivo.
All right, it'll be 3rd and 9 for Cherokee. .35 seconds to go. Evans calling signals. This is Brankenford on the ground. He's got some running room. Oh, the ball!
Jump on it.
Does East Brunswick have it?
Yes, they do.
There's a scramble. It's East Brunswick. Here we go. 25 seconds to go. I can't believe this. East Brunswick recovers the fumble.
Unbelievable.
That was number 32 for East Brunswick. Will come up with the fumble.
All East Brunswick needs is one good pass play, call the timeout, and let Mr. Miller do his job.
Mercy.
5 turnovers for Cherokee.
You know who caused that fumble? I believe it was Kenny Prunce.
Unbelievable.
Here we go. 24 seconds left, and the clock is running. East Brunswick has the ball in Cherokee territory. At Cherokee 39. 1st and 10. Time it up maybe for 2 plays. Forte throws it up looking for Jimenez out of bounds. 11 seconds. East Brunswick's looking to get into territory, field goal territory for Josh Miller.
There's the last timeout right there.
East Brunswick takes their last timeout. 11 seconds.
surmising here, 11 seconds, you can put it in the air, probably throw it to the sidelines on the chance that if it is caught, they can get out of bounds, or if it's incomplete, they will have time for the field goal try. Now if the pass is incomplete, that means that Miller will probably have to have an attempt of about 56 yards. Pre-season this year, he has already made a 55-yarder, so this is not out of his reach.
All right, the ball is at the Cherokee 38-yard line.
They're going to do one of two things. That play where Pruss dances out to the sidelines, they may do that quickly. He seems to be the most sure-handed receiver, or they're just going to try to go deep and try to get something there. Hope that they can stop the clock. You're right. The thing is to get in the field goal position so Miller can do his thing.
Plus, without any timeouts, they've got to move that field goal team on the field quickly unless the ball is out of bounds, taken out of bounds. What a way to open the season.
You took the words right out of my mouth. That was it.
We're down to the last 11 seconds of this game. A hard-fought game between two outstanding teams. 14-14. East Brunswick has the ball. It's 2nd and 10 on the Cherokee 38. 11 seconds. East Brunswick has no more timeouts. Forte calling signals. Drops back. Puts it up for Pruss. It's a push back to Brody. Get out of bounds. Brody can't get out of bounds. 4 seconds.
That's great. Wait a minute. They did have another timeout left. Okay, John.
One of those timeouts, Jim, then one of those timeouts was charged to Cherokee initially, and we have said that it was an East Brunswick timeout.
And here comes Josh Miller.
Josh Miller, let's set the stage. The ball is spotted at the 36. This will be a 46-yard field goal from the line of scrimmage.
52-yarder.
About 52 yards from where he will kick it.
Well, John, I believe this kid is going to be an integral part of East Brunswick history, and I think he's going to start with it now. He's already set a record by kicking a 47-yarder earlier, and I believe it.
Yes, you believe he's going to be a... Okay, here we go. 2 seconds. Josh Miller, technically from the line of scrimmage, is trying a 46-yarder. In reality, it's probably around 53 yards, 54 yards. This is it. 14-14. Miller getting set. The snap is good. Here's the kick. It's up. It will be short to the right. But what an effort by Josh Miller. What a game. It ends up tied 14-14. And we see the players congratulating each other on the field. I don't know about you guys, but my voice is about shot. First game of the season, and it comes down to a 14-14 tie.
John, I think one thing to mention here, it's very important. East Brunswick definitely believes it can qualify for the state playoffs, okay? What has happened there is instead of getting no points for qualification, they get I don't know what it is that they get as far as points for a tie, but it's that much ahead, they're that much ahead, and further down the line, that can have a big, big influence.
Well, I'll tell you, I mean, I'm speechless. I'm still thinking about that two-point conversion by Borden, which, like I said, I think it caught all of us by surprise. And the discipline that it took to pull that off, and the fact that, Cherokee, they were like visitors. I mean, they were just watching, and all of a sudden, 2 points, East Brunswick. Great call. Showed a lot about East Brunswick.
Right.
And Phil, you've played in games like this, nip and tuck, nip and tuck. What's this going to do for East Brunswick?
It's going to do wonders for East Brunswick. I think I said at the top of the game, if East Brunswick can show well, if they can win, and they tied today, that's going to do wonders. Cherokee came in here outweighing them by an awful lot. Rated number 3 in the state.
Right.
Tremendous tradition and everything else, and East Brunswick took it to them. They beat them. They did what they had to to get this tie. And as Jimmy said before, I don't like to talk about moral victories, but that's certainly what it is.
I've got to think so. I agree with you. Well, first game of the season, 14-14. What more could you ask for? Great East Brunswick game against a very tough and stubborn Cherokee high school team. We started off, boys. We start with a tie, and hopefully we'll catch you at the brick game. So for Phil Hill and Jim Allinder, I'm John Meggiolaro saying, have a nice day.